is so long. Welcome to Natural Havoc, guys. Welcome. Come on in. Hello. Take a seat. Grab your snacks. All that good stuff. Come. We are a group of Twitch streamers that play Dungeons and Dragons, and we stream it on Twitch right now, like here. Right here, unless you're on YouTube, and then thank you for being there as well, because it goes on YouTube. But yeah, on Twitch. Yeah, we play the 5th edition system, but there are a load of homebrew rules thrown in, like potions being bonus actions and that kind of stuff. That just, make the gameplay a little bit quicker and a little bit more fun. We are not new to D&D, although we have had a couple of weeks off, so please do be patient, because I'm sure a few of us, Eagle, probably won't know, or maybe we'll make a mistake on something we do, but it's all good. It's fine, because I will also do the same, because I haven't played D&D in like 3 weeks now. It feels like it's ages. Hey, Eagle, chill. But yeah, that's us. We're gonna go around the room and introduce who we play on this amazing day, which is a Friday. So the Tech Wizard, take it away.
I assume I'm the tech wizard, so I'll start off. Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while. I'm Tim. I'm playing Arcturus in this run. I'm looking forward to it because a lot happened, and I reckon I even made a friend. So I'm curious to see what happens about it.
Awesome. And below the Tech Wizard, we have Mr. Socials. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. Hello, I am back. I watched the session, by the way, so I know what the fuck is going on. I will be fine, all right? Back off, all right? I am Eagle. I play Andros, Sneaky Elephant Man. And follow the socials. Follow the socials. The Twitter, the Instagram, the YouTubes who sponsor us tonight. Go follow YouTube because they're amazing. They do amazing content over there. Natural Havoc.
I called you Mr. Socials so that you'd get that prompt. Anyway, and the other person that does the socials, Mrs. Socials, take it away.
Thank you. Yes, I am Smitty, but I play Maeve, a half-elf druid barbarian. I don't know, I can't count, neither can Maeve, so it's all good. Yeah, I am very excited to get back into it. I feel like all of us have kind of forgotten how to play D&D, so this is going to be exciting. It's kind of like a trip back to the past when we all did it for the first time. So, and yeah, don't forget to social and follow. So we have the Twitters, we have the Instagrams, we have the YouTubes, and Discord. So you can join us there and you can ask us questions. And I don't know, ask Onion questions. Annoy him. We all do it every day, so do that.
Yeah, just add to my collective annoyance. And the other side of the screen, we have Mr. YouTubes. Take it away.
Well, I'm Agent Zeb. I play Erhard Whitestaff, the wild magic sorcerer, and, doesn't know what he's doing, just like me. Let's go.
Who's also currently very bored right now. Because of some crazy
hairless.
magic. Very hairless. He has no hair on his head, no eyebrow hair, no eyelashes, the lot. Just want to point out, everyone in chat, remember how weird Erhard is going to look right now. Bearing in mind,
This is smooth.
yeah, he's very smooth. He's gone from like curly, frizzy hair to nothing. It's gonna be a change. And yes, he certainly is, yeah. And above Mr. YouTube, we have Miss Recap and Law.
Yeah, something like that. Hello, my name is Lan. I write recaps that are far too long to actually use them in. But yeah, if you want to read them and catch up, there's the Discord. But yeah, my name is Lan. I play Shion, the diva noble warlock who likes flamey bits and jewelry, as long as it's fancy, and mango salads also. Yeah, looking forward to today, guys.
Awesome. And finally, I'm the DM. I'm Onion, and I play everything. Grass, trees, cats, dogs, you name it. That's me. Little mushroom men, halfling men, all that jazz. But yeah, we're gonna be kicking off today. I've made a slightly tweaked recap just so that we can get people up to scratch if you've jumped in recently. Because, we're taking a little break if you've just jumped in and you've missed a little bit. So it might be a little bit longer than normal. However, it'll be more brief. So if you do want a more in-depth recap, definitely go to Discord because they are super in-depth, which is amazing because I don't know if I'd be able to remember that much in-depthness But yeah, so we're gonna do a briefer version of the recap. So I guess we go. When I scroll up. There we go. So, the party arrived in the capital city in search of the Orb of Eternal Fire, an item needed to free 2 of the party members from their fiery shackles set by a patron named Malakesh. After a few days of searching the city and gathering rumors and hearsay, they eventually stumbled into a den of thieves by the name of the Requisition. They soon learned that the orb was within their clutches, and the Requisition offered them a proposal. If they were to pay 15,000 gold pieces, equal to that of another interested party, they could walk away with the item there and then, or they could complete 3 tasks for the Requisition and earn the orb as payment. The first task was to eliminate the 3 leaders of the Crooked Clasp, a rival gang deep within the city's sewers. The second was to stop the onslaught of the townsfolk in the nearby town of Erentol from the lizard-like creatures terrorizing the town and closing the sinkhole for good. Lastly, and probably the hardest task of them all, was to dethrone Kingsley Taff, the tyrant lord and ruler of Sardonis, by any means necessary. The party took little time to consider this option, but very, very swiftly accepted. They received an address of a warehouse connected to the Crooked Clasp and decided to head there right away. After dealing with some of the thugs, they soon found the entrance into the sewers. Upon entering, they met with 2 of the 3 leaders of the Crooked Clasp and dealt with them. The party quickly made haste as to not be caught at the scene of a murder. The next morning, the party decided it was time to leave the recent events behind them and get out of town and make way for Task 2. However, Ondros knew that the first task was not complete and decided to stay behind to deal with the last leader with the aid of the Requisition. The rest of the party spent a few days travelling with a new ally toward Erentol in the hopes of an easy task. After delving deep into the sinkhole and fighting countless troglodytes with their newfound allies, they came across an old, abandoned dwarven fortress. Within, they find an unbearable heat, which appears to be the cause of why the creatures are breaching the surface. After some time, the party encounter a huge, fiery lizard that stood between them and their goal. And after a very ferocious battle, the party succeeded, however taking a few nasty wounds. They eventually uncovered a portal to the elemental plane of fire and realized that this was the reason the creatures kept heading toward the surface, to get away from that horrible heat. So, with some quick thinking, they destroyed it, saving themselves and the town above. The party left Erentol behind them and headed toward their third and final task, Kingsley Taff. Upon leaving the city, they re-met with Ondros, who informed them that Task 1 was now complete, and the Crooked Clasp had crumbled. 3 days of travel were ahead of them, during which they met with a group of bards, which got very friendly with the party. The bards informed them that it was Kingsley Taff's name day soon, and that they had been invited to play at the ball he was holding. The party quickly got to thinking, and decided that they needed to be at that ball. As they approached Sardonis, they saw a wagon under attack and decided to see what was going on. But upon arriving toward it, they saw their friend and ally, Yusuf Featherstone, being attacked by bandits, so jumped to his aid. The battle was won. However, the bandits were exiles from Sardonis, and only attacking those that were arriving to go to Taff's name day. The party spent the next few days in Sardonis preparing for the ball, getting outfits, invites, and getting to know some of the invitees. Eventually, everyone got an invite to the party. Everyone except Ondros went with Yusuf, and Ondros posed as a porter for the Silver Strings, their newfound bard friends. While at the ball, the party uncovered a lot of information about events happening all over Veritas. While at the ball, they also found out that Taff had been working on creating Shardborn, a magically infused mechanical being that was banned across all of Eros for going feral and harming civilians hundreds of years ago. They also made friends with a lot of powerful people, and even got invited to attend an after party with more of the inner circle of Kingsley Taft's friends. Once there, the party decided to snoop. They got various pieces of information on Taft that could be used to imprison him, documents about his purchases from Fortis of the Shardborn, and stolen artifacts within his possession. They quickly took the documents to a powerful wizard, also attending the ball, Eliash Jorgenstead, one of the 3 archmages of the Trispires in the capital. She offered to help them imprison him if they aided in catching Lena Jador, his personal mage, as well. The party and Eliash set off, apprehending both of them. Eliash ordered her mages to find this Shardborn being for evidence, and Eliash quickly grabbed hold of each member of the party, before teleporting them out of the ball just as the guards began to arrive. And that is where we left off from last time. So, our party see an array of reds, oranges, and yellows flashing before them. And I need every single one of you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please. Let's go. Let's go. Straight off the bat. And I will put some different music on while you quickly do that.
That's a 17.
Okay. Oh, that's
A
a private roll.
21. A 21.
We got 2 21s, a 17, a 9, and a 9. Okay.
I accidentally sent it to the.
That's
to the
okay.
DM, but you
It's
can
all good.
see
It's all good. I see it is a 21, yes.
Yeah.
So, as
How
the
did the rogue
colors
fail that?
as the colors flash before you, some of you begin to lose grip of one another. As Arcturus, your hands slip, falling away from the people that you were grabbing onto. Andros, you are held tightly onto both of them, but something jostles you. Maybe it was Arcturus falling, and as it does, you also let go. Moments feel like minutes. Minutes feel like longer minutes. And eventually, the colors stop. Arcturus and Andros, can you both roll me 2d6, please? Andros, you take 8 points of damage. Arcturus, you take 10. As the rest of you see this swirl of pattern vanish into the center of your circle, and all of you are stood within a barn. There's hay bales all around you. Forks and tools of various farming implements. However, Andros, you go hurtling 20 feet from the party, skidding across the floor on your trunk. As you come to a halt and slam down, you feel the searing pain and a few splinters of wood stuck in your face. Arcturus, you on the other hand, go flying through a set of doors and hit into what looks to be like a metal trough and a water barrel, as water then spills beneath the door. You also hear, Arcturus, the smashing of glass from your bag. Stood before all of you, the rest of you, should I say, Eliash, in her robes, with Taff laying on the ground tied up, and Lena on her knees, shackled with those silvery purple shackles. Well, some of you seem to have handled that a little better than others. Are you
Yeah.
both okay?
I think something broke.
Yes, did you hit something? A window, perhaps?
I wish it was a window. It's very hard and sturdy, and it won from me.
I would suggest in future maybe holding on a little tighter. Is that your first teleportation? The three of you did exceptionally well.
No, it's not.
Ah.
I believe it was, but I also think I had a couple, let's say, tries at like planar travel, so maybe that's similar.
It's
It
not
was
far off.
it was my first time, but apparently it's just another talent of mine.
A natural with the arcane, I presume. Well, we are just on the outskirts of Sardonis. And at this point, now that you kind of all had that like moment of like dizziness slightly, but the rest of you are good. The two on the floor, you're still seeing shades of red. As you kind of just like, oh shit, like what the hell has happened? And yeah, you look at like, for example, Arcturus, you look at the doors, and you know that they probably weren't a red color, but there's like a red hue coming off them for you at the moment. Andros, like you stand up and look at your hand, and your whole hand is like bright red, and you're just like, what? And then like you blink, and it like goes to a different shade, and you can tell that it's some sort of like the colors from the magic's influencing you a little. And yeah, the rest of you feel a bit dizzy, but you look into the center, and what looks to be like a golden sort of stand has been placed in the middle of this barn, and you see a oblong-sized gemstone with various cuts and grooves in it, and you can see, all three of you around the circle can see arcane symbols etched into it, and she seems to have placed it in this barn before now.
What's that?
Well, as you said with planar travel, when you teleport to different places, if you wish to teleport to a specific place, the best thing to do is to have an object or an item ready at your disposal. I was not entirely sure if I would need this, but with Lena being here, I made sure to prepare.
Well
Okay.
prepared indeed.
Can you teleport anywhere you wish?
Well, dear, I can teleport to many a place.
As long as it's on this plane of existence, of course.
Yes, I can teleport anywhere on this plane of existence. However, if I've not visited there myself, I can go off course.
Can you teach me this?
This is extremely powerful spell. I have spent much of my life, in fact, perfecting it.
I smile, sort of thinking back about that one time when I couldn't even do the simplest sending scroll, and I'm like, perhaps later.
There is a simpler version of the spell. One that I believe some of you, maybe with some more time and more practice with arcane, you could cast it. But that requires a teleportation circle. It is an easier spell to muster, but it is one that is more within your reach.
Is it
And-
called teleportation circle?
Well, many people call it different things, but yes, it is a circle of teleportation. Yeah.
And that can
Question,
also...
Miss Magic Lady.
Yes, how's your face? Oh, come
Oh.
here. And she grabs like a bit of your trunk, and you just feel a bit of a pull, and then you just see like a shard of wood just in her hand, and she just puts it to one side. Much better.
Thank you.
Um,
Where are we?
We
Perhaps?
are in the barns in the farmlands of Sardonis.
Outside the city.
Outside of the walls, yes.
Great.
I assumed you would probably have belongings that you needed to fetch, so I did
yeah.
not transport us too far.
Good. That's great. Great thinking. Cool. Do you have any? I mean, I'm certain at this point we're probably not gonna be able just to go waltzing in the city anymore, right?
I would advise not to.
Right. So, do you have any way for us to contact? We have a buddy in there who, he's very important to our group. He's in there, and he's kind of like our guide, I guess per se. He kind of just brings us places. Is there a way you're powerful in magic? Obviously, do you have a way you can talk to that person and have them meet us out here so we can dip, or what do
well,
you?
I don't believe I've been introduced to them. Do you know where they would be?
Torres,
Our
wouldn't you be
carriage
able
driver. He will be
to?
at the gates.
Loin would be at the gate.
Yeah, he'll be ready at the state where they keep the
Oh, the
horses and their.
stables?
Yeah, he would be there waiting with our stuff.
At this hour?
He would be at the gates, Andros, waiting with the horses ready.
Yeah, Maeve.
Okay.
Maeve told him to be ready, I believe.
Yeah.
Then there he
Very
is.
well. Yes, I can speak to Veritas and get him to find your friend and tell him to meet us here.
Great.
How
Veritas knows of this location.
Good.
How far away are we right now from there?
Roughly, I would say on a cart, maybe 10 minutes from the gates.
Oh, easy.
Not very far at all.
How long would it take them to catch up with us? I feel kind of bad leaving Galoin on his own.
Well, I could make Veritas accompany him.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Also, I got friends in there who have some of my personal belongings that are not with, Gloin currently. I
Right.
don't want to go leaving without that. The Silver Strings group, they're staying at the
Oh.
tavern.
Lucky and
They-
Surge.
Yeah, they have some of my weapons. I would really love to have my weapons, not this
Well,
nasty sword.
Lucky owes me a favor or two. I'm sure I can get him to muster up some strength to get out of his room and deliver the sword for you.
Great. Appreciate it.
Anything else?
Well, personally, I'm just gonna walk over to Arcturus and be like, so, what broke in your bag? Something break?
Sorry?
Did something break in your bag?
I don't know. Might be.
Do you want to check? Maybe we
Oh.
can fix it.
On my head fixed first. Oh.
I'll be honest, Arcturus. I thought maybe you would be the most prepared for this.
I would say that as well. I guess Andros might have been slipped, and then I lost my grip or something. I don't know what happened.
Right.
Let's see what's in the bag.
Yeah, and as you open it up, you see the wooden base of the stand that the scarab was on, and it had a glass dome. And you shoved the whole thing in your bag, and as it's smashed, the stand has also snapped, and the scarab's just loose in your bag now. And it seems to be like a now that you can see like a proper look at it, it's like a gold. It's predominantly gold, but then there are like flares of like a scarlet red across it. And roll me an Arcana check as you just take a quick look into the bag. 21? Yeah, for sure. There is a hum of magic. Yeah. Just from first glance, you just get this this like sense of like this vibrating magic from it.
I'll pull out, or I'll shake out like the glass, so it can't be bothered with, and I'll take like the scarab in my hands, and I'll this is what I found in the quarters as well. Does
Well,
anyone look
since-
familiar?
Since he shook it out, can I cast Prestigation on it and fix it? Like
The scarab's not broken.
No, I
um,
mean the glass dome thing. And whatever.
Unfortunately, the glass dome is completely like shattered into loads of pieces. He's like fell on his bag, so it's completely shattered the glass and broke the wooden stand as well.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to use Prestigation.
I
to
don't
fix it?
think prestidigitation fixes things. I think mending does.
Oh, I had mending before. That was the thing. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I do have mending still. By the way.
Yeah, you could mend the stand to it, but
oh, it's
the
a single
pieces,
break or tear.
the
yeah,
pieces of
it's-
glass, you'd be
yeah.
like jigsawing for a while. Yeah.
Sure. I guess then it's not really useful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and as he shows the party the scarab in his hand.
That's a pretty thing. It almost looks Quernese. Where'd you get that?
Was 1 sec. It was in one of the caskets of Taft's private room.
Yeah, my amazing opening skills got us open that thing. Yeah, it's nice.
Can I roll like a history on it? See if it looks
You can.
familiar.
Go for it. Yeah.
Looks familiar in any way.
At 17. Yeah, as you look at it, you take some time, and upon staring at it, it definitely gives you some familiarity. And it definitely, being a scarab, and like being a scarab beetle in the shape of it, it definitely gives you the desert sort of like vibes and that sort of harsh environment. But you don't feel like it's Quernese. You feel like this is something to do with a desert elsewhere. You think that, as you're trying to recall and as you're looking at it, something to do with Fortis. You remember a children's tale about the Scarlet Sands. And in the Scarlet Sands, it is an area, a big circular area, where all the sand is red. And you remember many different stories as to why this was. You remember it was because a barbarian went on a blood-curdling massacre in these sands because of a loved one that was lost. But you also remember there being different versions of the story. You remember it being a healer that during the Great War of the Tribes in Fortis, there was this healer that chose no tribe, and that healed any and all that came to her doors. And the blood was from the wounds of those that she saved. And it is imprinted in this land. But these were just folk tales. These were just stories when you were a child. And you always wished that Quirin had a Scarlet Sands of its own, but it never quite did. But that's what you get from that.
Okay, so well, doesn't look familiar, but it does remind me of old children's tales that used to be told. And I look over at Ondros and I'm like, Scarlet Sands mean anything to you, darling?
Roll
What-
me
what-
roll me a history check at advantage. 19. Yeah. You recall this wasn't near your tribe. It was your tribe and your people were on the eastern side of Fortis towards the south. This was across the river that split the deserts. But you know, near a mountain range, there was a place called the Scarlet Sands, which supposedly was a complete red or scarlet area where all the sand had turned red.
I mean,
That reminds me of that. Don't know why. You know it?
I'll repeat all that to Shion. I mean, yeah, I mean, I've heard things. Maybe I'll kind of like in my head, T'Challa, Granny, do you know
Andros, my boy.
Yes, do you know anything more about this, perhaps? You've been around longer?
Andros! Do you not remember the teachings?
No.
Ah, my boy, my boy! We have taught you about your surroundings before! Did you not pay attention? And you feel like a tap at the back of the head.
Just can you just relay the information, please?
Andros, long ago, there was a healer by the name of Dekatha.
You know how to
She
spell
was
that?
Dekatha. Dekatha.
Mm.
She, during the Great War between all of the tribes, she made sure that any were injured and that could make it to her hut, that she would protect them. There no ringing no bells.
Wait, you mean? Wait. We're thinking of the same war, right? The How
You're
long
on
ago was
about...
that?
No. Just before that war, dear.
Oh, okay.
Before the Loxodon tribe war, where
Right.
all of the tribes wanted to expand for territory. That
Yeah.
war, dear.
Okay.
Dekatha would heal any that could make it to her doorstep. But eventually, the tribes saw her as a threat. Any brave warrior from a tribe that was healed by her would return to the battlefield at full vigor.
Mm.
Many of the tribes saw her as a problem. Many tried to take her, but she would scream.
So what
And
does?
those screams would kill any that tried to harm her.
Okay, what does the scarab have to do with her though?
The scarab, dear.
Yeah.
She was known as the Scarlet Scarab.
So are you? So there's this.
Dekatha. And this scarab maybe was her last known possession.
Do you think it might have any magical properties? Maybe it's something she used that gave her.
You feel a slap at the back of your head again. Andros, my boy, magic, no, not me. I
Yeah,
just
I
teach
know.
you things from
Yeah,
years ago.
I know you did. I'll then look at our party and be like, hey, can anyone see if this has any magic by chance?
As you say that, Eliash just turns to you. Plucky will be with Galoin in the next few moments, and then Veritas will accompany him to the barn. Plucky
Okay.
will not be coming with us, though. He says he has company.
Yeah, his. Oh, okay. Yeah, great.
Really?
He also told me to tell you that, Shion.
I thought he might.
Right.
I never expected him to actually bed with Estelle Brimfire.
Did he say anything about Zavaras by any chance? Did he mention that name?
He did not. Would you like me to ask?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Are you sure?
Just tell Plucky that I would like to say goodbye, I guess. I mean, unless, she's going to be back at Arkenvale, but just basically tell her, see ya, I guess.
I won't. That just seemed like a really awkward goodbye, and I feel like
That's very awkward.
maybe when you next see. Anyway, brilliant.
Thank you. Yeah. Anywho, this is the last known item for Dekatha was her name. The lady, the Sands lady, who did a lot of healing during a war that happened a pretty long time ago, like over 300 years ago, long ago, if I'm thinking this correctly. Yeah, she just healed warriors, and I guess when they returned to battle, they were super vigor and ready to fight or whatever. So I mean, I don't know, maybe if this is a possession of hers, maybe there's some healing magical properties to it.
Well, since he asked, I guess me
And
Maeve
yeah,
can both roll.
you take a little look. Yeah, you know that this is a magical item without using an identify. You definitely get that it is an attunement item, and it makes you more vigorous, gives you more endurance. It makes your constitution higher. It also allows you to inflict some more damage, and the type of damage that you sense from it with a natural 20 is necrotic.
Yeah, so I tell the party that yeah, it might just help with vitality and also give you like almost like magical damage to like necrotic energy.
If
Well,
only
it
we
looks
had a-
like I'm the Einstein of the group now. I figured that out.
If only we had a resident necromancer over here.
What do you have to be a magician to deal the damage?
With a nat 20, you get the feeling that it is on weapon attacks. So
Like as
weapon
long
attacks.
as you attune, yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're attuned, weapon attacks could be claws, could be a sword. Without being attuned or casting identify, unfortunately, that's as much as you've got.
I mean, I could find out more if I identify, like, but for now, I just know that yeah, when you wear it and you become accustomed to it, it will help you with your attack.
How do you become accustomed to it?
Well, you spend time with it, you wear it, just like I do with my cloak or
Really?
yeah.
I mean,
So,
I don't know about you guys, but if there is one person in this party doing weird things with dead people, it's Andros.
Yeah, it
can
does
we
seem
not
like an
say
Andros
that out
thing.
loud in front of the lady from the high like school
Like,
of magic
who?
that would probably not really think talking to dead people is a cool thing? Or I mean,
Well, I believe many
Don't make a
clerics speak with
scene.
the dead, no?
well, you think I'm? Oh, yes, I am a cleric.
You're just very spiritual.
Yep. I
Andros.
will.
You are aware that I know Plucky, right?
What does that have to do with anything?
You're worried about necromancy. The boy literally uses his own
Oh,
blood
yeah,
to flare
him.
his magic.
Yeah. I mean,
How do you
if
think
guys...
he learned to grasp that?
True.
Ooh.
If you guys want me to hold on to this scarab thing, I'm totally down for it. I mean,
I mean, if it buffs you and you are the one using the weapons,
Well,
true.
I personally, Arcturus found it. Is it? Maybe you guys should discuss it. You and
Technically,
him.
I opened it. I'm the one who technically got us access to the thing. So I mean,
Well, technically it was in my bag and technically it's in my hand. So if you
Well-
want it, I stare at him.
Arcturus, can I please hold on to the scarab?
Was that a please you told me?
Yes, I'm saying please.
Was that a second please?
You're not getting a goddamn third, right? You're either say yes or you just...
I think you will get a third if you push Arcturus.
do it.
And I look him dead in the eye.
The last time I'll say this. Arcturus, can I please hold on to the scarab?
Of course you can.
Thank you, and I'll grab it.
By the way, I must commend your efforts, sir. All of you were truly amazing back there.
Thank you. I know.
He like
Tried
looks
our
at
best.
I will be honest, seeing you disguised as a guard did throw me. I wasn't expecting you to have magical capabilities there.
I am full of a lot of tricks. All right.
You also disguised well as a spider. I loved when you were looking at me. So dumb.
I must apologize for that.
That was.
I
no, it
don't
was
even
great.
remember time as a spider. I don't even remember what the heck was going on.
Let's just say I dragged you across the floor. It was pretty funny.
What were
Sure.
you guys doing in Lena's room?
Oh, we were playing card games and we were spinning webs and playing high five with 8 legs. It was a great time.
The lady here, she was saying, the lady cuffed here, she was saying I was like the most handsome being she ever met in her entire life, and I was just like, well, thank you,
She is just giving you daggers right now. And she mouths something, but nothing comes out.
Cool.
I
And
will
yeah.
also... Oh, yes? Oh,
Dude.
introductions. I believe we haven't actually introduced one another. Elias Jorgenstead, and the rest of you are?
Maeve. Don't know my last name. Still working on that. From the Lannister Forest, I think.
Right. And you, madam?
Shion of House Loraniel.
Shion,
Wouldn't-
I've heard of you, yes.
wouldn't-
And
Well, we've met briefly, I guess, but I
Yes.
haven't really introduced myself. I believe it's Erhard Weiderstaff, traveling magician and entertainer.
of course Arcturus, we spoke on the dance floor a few times. And Andros, was it?
I will put out a hand towards her. I am Andros. Very delighted to meet you. I am from Fortis. I didn't know.
Oh.
I don't have a last name. Just I'm part of a tribe. That's it. Yeah,
That's
cool.
absolutely fine, yes. And of course I am Eliash, like I said, Archmage of the Tri-Spires, head of transmutation magic.
What is transmutation magic?
Transmutation is magic that allows you to adapt to certain situations. For example, I do know the spell Haste. It
Listen,
basically makes you incredibly fast, so I can adapt things for you that will make you better at things.
you can make me fast.
Yes.
Oh, you
that's-
haven't. Sorry to interrupt. Andros, yeah, you haven't seen. I did that. I made Contessa and Shion faster when we were down in the sinkhole.
I wasn't there, but
Yeah,
nice to
that's what
know.
I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I
essentially,
basically-
you can change the quality of.
Yes, you can make things faster, stronger, more witty, more charismatic, more wise. It's ways of adapting and making you better at the things you're probably already good at. For example,
Already
I get a sense that you are more of a sneakier individual from your things that you've done. Maybe you sometimes slip up on your words. Someone like myself would be able to, at the time, make you better at talking.
I am already not good at talking, so that's really nice. I like that.
That's what I mean.
Cool.
But yes, I will be taking these two lovely people with myself back to the Tri-Spire. I understand that you have a wagon, did I hear you say, full of stuff? I am unfortunately unable to transport such a thing, so otherwise
You're
I
not
would
gonna travel
offer.
with us?
So
Oh gods no! I need to take Taff and Lena out of
Okay.
here as quick as possible.
First of all, the oh god no is not very like I don't know if that's just like you trying to say you don't want to hang out with us or
What I'm
you
trying
know,
to say is, if we
I-
had Kingsley Taff in the back of a
Yeah.
wagon heading towards Arkenvale, fleeing from the city of Sardonis with the
Right.
the Alabaster Knights, I would say that's a bad move.
right. I just wanted to make sure because I thought we had something. You know, we had like a cool little friendship burning there, and then you said that, and I didn't
Oh,
know.
please do not think of it as
Yeah.
an insult. I
Thank
was
you,
just yes,
so on that
Great.
note,
yes.
how are we gonna proceed further? Should we meet up in Arkenvale? Should we come
By
talk
all
to you?
means. Yes, I will be taking the documentation that Arcturus gave me, as well as the 10 Dawn Shards as evidence. My Tri-Spire mages should be here. I've just heard word from them recently. Should be here within the next few minutes. And then myself, them, and Veritas will be leaving back to Arkenvale through another means of teleportation. And when you arrive in Arkenvale, hopefully everything will be cleared. And I would like you maybe all to come and find me.
At the
Cool.
Tri-Spire, I assume.
Can
At the
we get like a
Tri-Spires, I assume.
special like letter saying that we're able to just come directly see you? So like when we get there, I don't have to talk.
I will inform them that I am awaiting your
Great.
arrival.
Awesome. Just make sure you tell them Andros, the giant elephant man, and his group.
I will tell
the-
them the,
The
Iron
Iron
Vortex.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Your name has traveled far.
Eliash,
Yes.
Before you leave, can I ask a quick question?
You can. We have a few minutes before they arrive, so
Um,
by all means.
What are the odds that we're gonna be chased down? How much speed do we need to put on this travel back to Arkenville?
You'll be fine. I would say with Galoin leaving on his own, he would not be a suspect for what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
They will be probably expecting people still within the castle. Only those at the direct scene will know of what we actually did, and by that time, you should be at least a few hours out.
So,
I
because
would travel through the night, though.
I do not understand the rules of this world very
Yes.
well. Are we criminals now for what we did?
You attended a ball that you were invited to or joined along from an invite from somebody else. You found incriminating documents that listed a certain individual as breaking the law, and you provided it to someone of authority, and then assisted them and aided them in the capture of such beings. If anything, you were just doing your job.
Correct.
A roaming band of adventurers, some would say mercenaries, others would say accomplices, bounty hunters even.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
a cool
we
title. I
were-
like that.
We were
Like that.
also tasked by the Council of Arkenvale to clear out the sinkhole
Yes,
or to
yes, well,
investigate the situation. So
exactly. I'd already heard of it.
we were almost, in the service of Arkenvale directly.
I am sure, upon your arrival in Arkenvale, you'll be well compensated.
Ooh, I like that. That's a really good word right there.
I will
Compensated.
make sure of it.
Mm.
What you have done here, not only capturing Lena, you have captured someone that is trying to reconstruct these mechanical beings that have been banned across the world.
Can I ask one favor?
By all means.
There's somebody involved. It's the head researcher,
Arizola?
Arizola.
Yes, I did have the pleasure of meeting her.
She's lovely, and she was actually the one who told me about the Shadborn in her excitedness to see that I also practice some magic, and she entrusted me with this info, and obviously I knew that it wasn't right, so this is why we're here now. But please don't involve her, don't throw her into prison. She really didn't know what she's doing.
Unfortunately, all those in Taft's employ will be interrogated and investigated.
Right.
I cannot, I unfortunately cannot, waiver some of the things that she may or may not have done, but I will take heed to your worry, and I will make sure that she has a fair punishment.
I think she could be ingenious to your establishment at the Tri-Spire.
I don't disagree. The girl is very intelligent.
Yes, if anything, just lock her up in there and have her help you, because I think she would be a great asset.
She may very well end up having to do some form of community service within
Yes.
Arkenvale, which may lead to other aspects.
Mhm.
But
Just trying to put a good word in for her.
she will not
didn't
be-
mean no bad.
she will not be harmed. Nothing of the sort will come to her. She just may have to serve a small amount of time and maybe some community service. But if
Okay.
she is a good soul, then she'll have high hopes in the future.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
Yes.
Mm.
However, that Tomalin, if you met him, I hope they throw away the key.
I hope. Yeah. I agree.
He's a sycophant, isn't he?
He is certainly something, yes.
Well, let's
Such a small man has such a large stature, a lot of confidence.
let's hope that in the aftermath of all this, you can right the wrongs committed by Taff. Like, we've heard a couple things, like starting with bribery and corruption, but also things of throwing people in prison and
I am
holding them
sure
hostage.
many things will come to light. I would be wary. There are people that are loyal to him, and if they saw you there, they may wish to try to get back at you.
Someone would. I didn't
We'll
get to
watch our
fight.
backs.
Who's next in line to take his role, Taft's role?
That'll be a discussion within Arkenvale's council.
Hey, let's not have it be Sigbert.
Oh, gods, no.
Okay.
With this information, I even believe the election may
happen
be
to it?
postponed.
Yeah, will this affect the elections?
This is good.
Of course. If Taff is found guilty of his crimes, and I have enough evidence to back that up, then the election will be postponed and a judgment will be made. Maybe a recount, maybe a revote. Maybe Sigbert will be completely taken off.
Let's go.
Well, that's good to hear.
Such a shame. I rather liked him.
No, good riddance. He deserves a rot in prison.
All right.
Well,
Oh,
I think it's about time.
by any means, Elias. I am thankful for your help. It's good to have you on our side.
As am I yours. Please do come and find me in Arkenvale. I'll pull some strings. Maybe we can, work together again.
Yeah, we'll be glad to.
Yeah,
Looking
just
forward
have
to it.
the
Assistance.
feast ready for us on our arrival, because I'm going to be hungry.
Very well, Andros. Well,
Oh.
I need to get set up for the sigil. So, yes, there they are. And you can just hear in the distance, like the clippity-cloppities, the nay-nay-nays of the horses coming down the road, as a cart pulls up outside the barn, and then the door slightly opens, and you see a purple tiefling man stood there with the large V-neck going down to his waist, and he like pops his head, and he's like, Are we good to go? Are we clear?
Yeah, you're clear. You're clear.
Okay. Swap places with me. Get in the carriage.
What?
Galoin, get ready to evacuate.
What?
And he
What?
like slips into the barn. Go! He won't wait all day.
Yeah, let's get
Cool.
out of here.
Let's go, I guess.
And you just see Galoin as you walk on out. He's just like giving this expression of like, who the hell is that guy? Like looking at this tiefling man who's inside, who's doing this like covert operation shit right now. And yeah, you guys walk out of the barn, and Eliash turns to you and says, "I'll see you soon. Be safe."
Yeah.
You too.
And yeah, you
Going,
can see
where's my
her.
sword?
You can see her marking sigils into the ground, and she's not like drawing them into the ground. She's just stood there, and she puts her hand out and like draws like a circular thing with a line through it, and in the air you just see like this dust appear where it was, and then it like flashes, and in the ground there's just a carving in the ground from where she was, and she's like doing these sigils in a circle around her. And as you start to get into the wagon, what did you want to do?
I wanted to ask, is it possible, like, seeing her do this spell essentially again, to watch it closely and maybe learn something from it?
This is a different spell to what she
No, it's a
cast
different
earlier.
spell.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I mean, I
Yeah.
would still want to watch, but
Yeah, literally, you're being ushered out of the barn, and as you guys come out and start to get into the wagon, you just see 3 red, like, blips in the sky, slowly floating down to where you are, and you see 3 Tri-Spire mages, one of which holding what looks to be like a mechanical humanoid creature, and as he lands, they look at you, they nod, and they walk into the barn.
Cool.
all right, guys, shall we
I
get going?
recognize that as what I saw.
That is the Shardborn, yes.
Okay,
It's the same one that you saw.
it's the same one that I
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah, Andros, you see it as well. And the Shardborns are... They're humanoid in the fact that they have heads, they have arms, they have legs, but their torsos are much more... They're wider at the top, where, like, the shoulders would be, and you can see, like, ball joints that are, like, go into, like, what looks to be, like... I don't know what the shape is, but it's, like, a cross, and then it, like, curves in, like a waist. And then there are like ball joints there, and where the waist is, there are ball joints inside as well. And you can see that the legs and arms seem to have maneuverability like almost all the way round up until it touches the torso. And the head is there's like a slight neck, and then it's just a dome. And there is no face, but there's this faint like red light across
So
like a visor.
how big is that?
They are roughly this particular one, it's hard to tell because it's in his hands, but could be about 6 foot tall. Maybe bigger.
Yeah, those things.
190 centimeters plus.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
They're not that strong.
Yeah. And as he lands, he walks on in, and the other two nod towards you. They walk in, and then Veritas winks at Galoin, and then like slowly closes the barn door, and then the door's shut.
Cool.
Right,
Shot.
can we go? Because that guy's a bit weird.
He seems a bit weird. Is my
Yeah.
sword in here, please? I miss my sword.
Yes,
Galoin,
Plucky came along. He also told me to tell you that Savras is okay, and that he'll let them know that we had to skip town.
Galoin, did he catch you up on what happened?
Something about. Well, I'm not quite sure. He said something about people were flying, and then you got teleported out with Taff. Is Taff in there?
He is.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
we
let's
did
keep
it,
that low.
Galoin.
nothing
yeah.
more is not. Let's discuss this on the road.
Yeah,
shall we?
I've been told direct orders is to ride through the night until early hours of the morning when the sun's up, and then we rest.
Correct.
Sounds
If you
like a good
need
plan.
me to drive the horse wagon, I can.
I'm all right. I'll be fine.
But if you need a rest, let me know.
All right.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
sits on the front. And who sits beside him? Because 4 in the back, 1 at the front with him.
Yeah, I'll sit with him.
Yeah, so Shion, you sit at the front. And yeah, you guys start hurtling out of Sardonis as you see the city slowly get further and further and further away as you ride off into the night.
As we do that, I guess I would just like, since we had the whole scarab conversation, I
Yep.
would just ask Andros, do you want me to have a look, a closer look of what exactly it does, or you want to figure it out for yourself?
I was actually gonna, while we're riding, I was gonna sit here and just, I don't know, try to. I guess the right word is like try to get close. So am I like bonding with the scarab?
Yeah.
Am I trying to make like an emotional connection? Do I need to like put a lot of my trauma into it, or what exactly am I doing with this thing?
You try to get accustomed to it, get used to it.
Cool. Can you
Attune
talk to me?
yourself with it. Nah,
You
You guys
know-
can talk to magical items?
just wear it like your sword.
Oh, okay. I can get.
Oh,
Yeah, I got.
yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
You know, like when we got that ring, we just wear the ring. You wear it long enough, eventually
Hmm.
you share the power with it.
How do I wear a scarab?
Just have it on you.
Brooch.
It's kind of like a brooch, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Brooch?
can like clip it.
Like-
It's like
You
a-
can
Oh,
clip it to
clip
like
it.
yeah, to clothing.
Cool. I'm gonna
Clip your
it.
cloak or
I'm
something.
gonna clip it to my fedora.
Yeah?
You don't lose the
Yeah.
fedora.
I'm gonna clip
Okay.
it to
Always
my
wearing
fedora,
the fedora.
and I'm gonna have it on there, and I'm gonna
Sure.
kind of sit there with the scarab and, stare
And you're gonna
stare at
spend-
my white tusk sword and be very
Yeah.
happy now that I
And you're
feel
gonna
I feel
You're gonna spend an hour attuning to it?
yes.
Okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
Spend some time.
In
Curse.
that case, I will say, for the sake of brevity, an hour passes as you guys ride through. You guys have chit chats as well, but while this is all happening, Andros, you attune to the item, and the item doesn't appear to have a name. But the name that you associate it with is the Scarlet Scarab. You gain +2 to your Constitution score while attuned to this item, which buffs you up 1, which would give you more hit points. It gives you a bigger AC for you because you're a Loxodon, so you get a AC based on Constitution as well. And yeah, it makes your Constitution saving throws better. So I'll sort that out in the break. Don't worry, we'll sort that in a minute. The other thing that you get is that whenever you score a critical hit, you deal an additional 1d10 necrotic damage with any piercing melee weapons.
Let's go.
And that's what you get. And yeah,
That's arrows
it
and sword.
technically doesn't have a name, but
Right.
the word that you associated it with Shion's story, the Scarlet Sands, is the Scarlet Scarab, which you know to be Dakatha's alias, we'll say, was the Scarlet Scarab. So that's what you now associate it with. But yeah, that's what you have, and it's a clipped onto your hat.
Yeah, I might change that later to my clothes. I don't
Yeah, hat
on
falls
a
off,
hat.
gone.
Yeah, so as we're
Yeah.
sitting there, I'll probably like rethink it. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
part of the hour process. Yeah,
Yeah.
no worries. Yeah, so you clip that on. So yeah, that is what you've got. And yeah, I would say, is there any conversations that wanted to be had while you're traveling,
Well,
or do you
I
want to
kind of
wait till
just-
you camp?
I kind of just wanted to tell Arcturus shortly, we need to fix my boots. I want him to beg for them too.
Wait, you're still around the boots?
Well, they're still there. And it's not like they're not broken, and yeah, maybe someone wants to use them at some point.
Let me
Imagine
guess.
a flying Loxodon
Let me-
floating.
let me guess. Something happened which made you want to use the boots, but you could not use them because they were broken.
No, not really. But maybe someone can use them. I mean, it's
They
always
only
good to
float,
have
right?
to have
You
more.
don't move.
Yeah, you just float, but you know, if you get yourself like with some motion, you can push off somewhere or get closer
If
to
you
it.
if how okay, so if you wear the boots and we
Hmm.
get to a bridge and the bridge is broken and I push you off, do you
Hmm.
float down or do you float straight?
You flow the direction. It's
So you
it's like a
don't go
vector.
like floating down then to you would go straight.
You
What if you get
hover
stuck
and then,
halfway?
well, you would have to push me hard enough, I guess.
Well, what if we don't? What if there's a wind and it like pushes you?
Get a rope.
And he floats away.
Woohoo! Okay. What? Yeah. What if you float off? Like, what if you're just gone?
Well, you switch them off.
And then you fall.
Then you
Yeah.
fall.
You float down.
Right.
Yeah, Hardy, you would know that you control up and down, but that's it when
you-
the boots are on.
Okay. Interesting.
Cool.
Well,
Then-
I'm gonna get out of this freaking dress.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep my clothes
While
on
in the
because they're
wagon?
nice.
Yes, she doesn't
Yeah.
care. I don't
Yeah.
care. Take it off, rumble through my stuff, put my comfortables back on. Arcturus, you never went into your necklace, right? Not yet.
Well,
You did.
I did. Because you girls wanted the poison.
Oh, but is my shield still in your?
Yeah, it is.
Could be.
It's in your necklace.
It's in as are all your weapons. So next time we need to do is like get them
yeah,
out, but
that's okay. Yeah,
we fine.
I stole Task Shield, so it's not as good as the other one, but it's something.
At least you have some protection. But I don't think
Mhm.
we need it. Like maybe in morning.
No, I just I just need to not forget that it's there.
Well, I think everyone wants their weapon back.
I
Mm.
Oh, I
don't.
got
Well,
mine.
Actually, I think I'm one of the few that put their shield in with you.
I
Right?
put some daggers in there, but I don't need those. I got this cool dagger from Taft that I'm gonna totally keep, and then I got another rapier I can sell. That's gonna be some money.
You might finally earn some bucks.
Oh,
The
yeah,
rest
well,
of us left their weapons with the cart, right?
Some people left weapons with carts. Some people put it in Arcturus's necklace.
Yeah.
actually, Arcturus, though you said money, I got given 15 platinum at the ball. I don't know. I think you guys are behind a little bit. Cash.
You sure about that?
A little bit.
ah,
I mean, I had an old friend show up at the ball, and really nice. He gave me some free money.
Spend it wisely, I would say.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be
Lucky.
yeah.
I didn't know it was a competition of who has the most gold in this group.
It's not.
Yes,
but
because we obviously know the answers to that one, darling.
you. I
Not
think you're
you.
poor right now, aren't you? Didn't you like spend like all your money on a sending scroll that you didn't even work?
Speak to me again when we're in Quirin, and I'll
Oh
show
my
it, and
lord! Always about Quirin.
I will show you the meaning of true wealth.
Right. Let's go to Fortis
We'll
then,
see
and
when
then
we
we
get
can
there.
also compare this again, because my family's quite wealthy in Fortis. So I mean, if you want to play this game, I mean, we all have somewhere we can be pretty rich in. Like, I'm sure if we
Well,
went to a forest,
I
Maeve
don't.
is probably the richest one
No,
here.
no, no.
Lil Maeve. This is what you get when people start arguing about silly little points.
Freaking wealth is defined by gold, apparently.
Nah. I'm just defined by the things I can afford. And that's not
Exactly.
much, and that's the problem.
I'm gonna call myself rich with you as friends, but you guys make me doubt that sometimes.
Oh my. Listen,
Yeah, exactly.
listen, but think about this though. If you think about it, we are like the
Love.
most powerful group of friends ever come. Like, look, we literally, what do we do? We
Right,
stopped
yeah.
the crime
Mhm.
syndicate.
friends.
We basically took down a whole like king of like a city. Like we are like top tier badasses, right? Like if we were at a badass scale, I'll rank us pretty hard, you know?
Yeah,
pretty
but
high.
there's also a lot of people that are a lot stronger.
They're
Like
just
that
stepping
Lena
stones
lady,
in the
she
way.
just like
Think
Imagine
about it.
Eliash just, polymorphing us all into spiders and just squashing us. We would all be dead.
Honestly, I don't think she ever would, because I think, with my
But
friendly,
she could.
going, and then with you guys, we're really friendly group. I don't think people want to hurt us too much unless,
Maeve,
Except
could
for
you
and me
describe how
going into a
Andros
bar.
was behaving like a little spider? I don't think he was a very smart one.
Oh no, he was not. It
Am
was
I-
funny.
The real question you'd be asking yourself is, am I smart to begin with? And that's the real question. If we can answer that,
Why
then
did
we
you take
know
Oh, he's
my
what
finally
punchline?
Spider
speaking
Andros
something.
would be like, right?
This is too easy, darling. The answer is no, obviously.
Exactly.
As you all bicker back and forth about Andros's intelligence, eventually you pull up on the side of the road, and yeah, it's about 5 a.m. at this point, so you've traveled for about 3 hours, because it was about 2 a.m. when you left, and yeah, you guys start setting up for camp.
Did the sun rise?
Yes.
So we had dawn, so that means anything that has once per day gets recharged?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool.
It's not a full. We haven't had a rest yet, correct?
You haven't had a long rest yet. You're about to.
Well,
do
that's a
that
long
now.
resting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we want to do a long rest, or do we want to just get back on the road? Because we don't know what's behind us, right? I mean, for all we know, we have like a whole group of knights coming down looking for us now. Or
I need my beauty sleep.
I mean, but we can
Shit.
take turns sleeping on the wagon, though, right? I mean, it's not like we're in any need to entirely break. I mean, we could take a few hours nap, get up, have some people sleep on the way while some of us stay up just in case. We can
Well,
make
the
it work.
instructions were travel at night,
We
not during the day.
But if we set up now, we're just we're in one spot. Like we're not,
How far
God,
are
I
we
need
off
a
the
silent
big barn?
spell. Jesus.
Oh, the barn here. Yeah.
The big barn, you are so Sardonis is 3 days from the big barn.
So we're like,
like 2 days.
2.5 days away at
Yeah,
this point.
I'd say a little over 2.5. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you've traveled
right.
3 hours. Yeah.
So you guys, I think a long rest could be fine as well. And if you guys are worried about getting detected, I do have that
Yeah, you
that,
do.
that
I
spell
get
scroll
it.
Yes, that's
wrote
so
down.
good. Oh, it's so.
So
Set up
useful.
camp. Erhard does the globy thing. We just
Yeah.
fucking rest, okay? We
just
sleep
sleep,
8
yeah.
hours. I think that's
Yeah.
what we need.
They won't be able to see us from the outside of that too, right? Like we're just like off the grid
Yeah.
almost.
for 8 hours we are essentially camouflaged.
Hard,
That's
you do
so
know
OP.
it is a 10-foot radius,
Yes.
so it's not very big. So it will
Okay.
be a little tight,
It's fine.
and you definitely can't put a wagon in
No,
there.
the wagon would be on the side.
So
of
the
the road.
wagon would be outside of the orb, so they
We can-
would know that there's someone there.
we
But
can
we can
hide the
see
wagon
outside the
in the
road,
wood
I
line,
think.
right? We can hide the wagon in the tree line or in the woods.
There
We
are
could
no
then-
woods.
Oh,
It's a hill. It's a hilly landscape with spots of trees.
And then a random bandit comes along and sees an unguarded wagon, and they're like, "Hey!"
But then they won't expect us hiding within this little thing, and then we just
Yeah.
jump out.
We're
Yeah,
still
we
close to
we
the
can
to the
take turns.
Yeah.
to the wagon. We can
I'll stay
still
up
set up
first.
guard,
Ada
and
could
we
sit
also
on the wagon. No,
True.
You could.
is Kate asleep?
Can.
Yeah.
She can.
She
She
can
don't
also
want
stay
to. She
awake.
can sit on the wagon. Right.
I mean, if anything, I'll stay up for a bit. I mean, I'm not, I'm kind of just hyped right now. You know what I mean? Feeling really
anyway.
good today.
I'm just gonna set up and do my ritual.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, so you do your ritual. It's a 10-foot radius. It's kind of tight. 5 people. There's enough room for all of you, but you're sleeping very close to one another.
Well, I know where I'm sleeping.
Yeah, 10-foot radius really isn't that big, isn't it?
It's not very big at all.
It's what a 20-foot circle then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
do we take watches? Are we?
I
quickly take
I
a
will
watch?
say, for the sake of brevity, you guys take your watches, you look out, nothing really happens. It is daytime that you guys are kind of doing this in, and you would probably know most banditry is going to be happening probably not where you are right now, probably closer to Sardonis as you encountered previously along this trail. But yeah, you guys camp out. You get some sleep, and I will say, for the sake of it, yeah, you get a full long rest.
And I would say like the dome itself would be like kind of like the ground, so it kind of looks like a hill.
A
of
grassy hill, yeah,
Yeah.
and there's plenty of hills about, so yeah, you can kind of model it based on that. So yeah, from the outside it's a green. Ahad, you can't leave the orb, but everyone else can leave whenever they want. And it lasts 8 hours.
And they can re-enter the orb, right?
They can re-enter, but only people that you choose, and only a
That I
maximum
chose
of
to,
10
yeah.
creatures, including you.
9 creatures, yeah.
Yeah, so including you, 10 total. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Could we,
If I cast it, can people see it in chat? Like just
yeah.
so that people can know roughly.
Yeah, if you press the button, it will come up at the bottom.
Onion,
Yes?
could we say Maeve woke up maybe 15 minutes before everybody else? Half an hour?
Yeah, so if you take the last watch, then you'd be up for 2 hours before everyone else.
Sure.
So that'd be perfect for you to do that sort of thing. Yeah.
Personally, for my time slot of like after, before resting, whatever, I would like to use my disguise kit again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
To
draw on the card again.
Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Also, when Ahad takes his hat off to bed down for the night, you all notice he doesn't have any hair. But you're all too tired to decide if you want to talk about it, it'll be in the morning. But
And
yeah,
I guess I will have Olaf sleep on my head.
sure.
So
Okay.
it's
Would
a
that
bit
not
yeah.
be like talk in the evening?
Well, yeah, it'd be past midday, yes. Because it'd be like 4 p.m. when you wake up, I think. Yeah, about that. Yeah, so you guys bed down, you get a full long rest, get all your hit points back, spell slots back, all that good stuff. If you leveled up and gained new spells, then you can prepare some new ones because you get some extra preparation stuff. But yes, you guys awake in the morning, and when you do, you notice that today is a beautiful day. Clear skies, nothing untoward weather-wise, and what you do notice is Galoin struggling to put the canvas over the top of the wagon, as a frame was built, but you were all very tired and all very adrenaline pumped to notice, but he does manage to get it in the end, and he puts the canvas over the top, so anyone in the back doesn't have the sun in their eyes, and keeps the sun off of them. And yeah, you guys awake in the morning, and the bubble pops, and you're all sat there.
You would all notice that Maeve spent some time when she was taking her watch, rubbed off the makeup from the night before, but has used other materials to create face paint on her face, which is like a white line that goes right underneath her eyes and some symbolic things few dots and like a few things on her forehead, and it's like white and a little bit of black. That's it.
Is it the day of the makeovers?
And you know, I liked
no.
what you did yesterday.
Not just you, also Baldy over there. But yeah, go on.
Oh wow! Wait, what?
You see what you did?
Ahad,
Love it.
Yeah.
what happened?
Well, remember when I shattered the door, I believe. My magic kind of flared, and you know how the one time I kind of blinked away and then I came back. Well, this time I don't know. My hair was gone after. So
Wait. So that's how I got
I
hurt.
hope.
Trying to leave the room. Like I'm blasted.
Well, I
Oh.
was trying to get to you guys.
Yeah, it's, did anyone mention you look like really scary with eyebrows?
I think he's taking the word apples too far. All you gotta do is
hang
paint him
on.
red. Put a
yeah.
little stem.
His eyelashes have gone as well.
Wait. I'm
Well, I
gonna
hope
go
it grows
over
back.
and use what I've used on my face, the black, and just go across his eye, like above his eyes, and put like 2 black lines.
Oh, that looks much better.
Oh wow.
Thank you, Maeve.
Hey,
Oh, you're
Um,
so welcome.
all I gotta
got-
say is
so-
get some red paint. You literally apples. Literally apples.
Wait,
Kind of look like yeah.
but- What if we
Astria.
painted him blue? He could be Arcturus's brother.
You can
He could
cosplay
be my
Arcturus.
smaller brother, yes.
Oh my lord, that's
You
so
could be
good.
brothers.
Yeah. And
Great.
I can change my appearance to look like Arcturus. We can be the 3 blue men. The
I've
blue
never-
men
I've-
group.
Great.
I've never seen an Vidalcon with a
Big
front
ears.
or big
Well, I
ears
won't
or
have
even
that because I can
tusks.
change that. So I wouldn't. Okay.
Oh.
Speaking
Yeah.
of
Oh.
apples, I was thinking I could, illustrate the wagon some more. Like I thought we could put like elements of all of us on it and kind of make it our bandwagon of sorts.
Like that, but not right now.
I get-
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get moving. We gotta get moving.
maybe an Arkenvale,
Yeah.
right? Or at
I
least a
guess.
few days away.
We're not
We
gonna
kind of on the
follow.
run, yeah.
Can I just ask? Did you kill anyone in Sardonis?
Say kill. I mean, what exactly are we
no.
meaning by the word kill?
As in, like murdered
Dead.
someone?
No, I think
Right. Yeah.
dispose of something, but yeah, that would be
Yeah.
They
Like,
weren't.
Listen,
They
none
weren't
of us
good
are
Can we
dumb
get an
enough
inside
to
check
kill
on
people,
that?
right?
Like,
none
these
of us
guys
are
are
dumb enough to
suspicious
kill
as
people.
fuck.
Yeah, but they weren't like good people, right?
That just rides the line of what they. I mean, we don't know. I mean,
Oh,
listen.
God.
All
What
I
did
know
you
is,
guys do by yourselves
Listen.
in Taft's room?
All I gotta say is, they walked in at the wrong place, wrong time, and if they would have just minded their own fucking business, they wouldn't have got what happened to them. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
I have to mention, if you guys would have seen what I've seen, would be hilarious. Imagine
Hey,
Andros on the floor,
Now I want to know.
scrubbing the floor, scrubbing blood out of the carpet like a maniac.
But I messed those guys up. I messed them up. I took on 2 guys by myself. Like, come
you,
on.
I
you
think I'm-
cleaned
I'm
them
I
up.
think
pretty
I'm putting it
badass, alright?
Darling, you cleaned the floor, your value just went right up.
I think I'm putting that on the card.
Oh, don't. No, Shion, no. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Put
you,
like
you
brushes
cleaned
on,
it,
on each of
Andros.
his arms and legs. Like he can be
What?
the perfect scrubbing machine.
I have human hands, weirdo. I don't
Yeah,
have,
but
like...
still,
I don't know if you think I'm an actual elephant or what. We've been traveling together for like a while now. I think you would know I have regular hands. They're
You
big
could-
hands.
big.
You
I
could
can.
You
squirt
can cover
water
ground.
out of your trunk.
I actually did that. I actually
Yeah.
did that on the
Wait,
blood on
really?
the floor. It was really, yeah. It was
He
really
did.
good.
So you can
Yeah.
scrub and squirt the water and like it's a perfect
Yeah,
cleaner.
I'm actually like a really good cleaner. I could think I could make a good housemaid.
You should
Not
make a
either.
maid. You should become a maid.
Wait,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Can you now?
so could you technically shower someone?
Oh please don't.
Yes, yeah, I can. Do you need a shower, Galoin? I mean,
Well, I'm just saying, the last time these lot came out of that stink hole.
Yeah.
They could have really done with a shower like
Listen,
straight
listen.
away, you know?
I'll be honest with you, Galoin. I thought it was really funny that they, were dirty, and I didn't want to, I
Yeah,
just
but they
wanted to
weren't
let
just
them.
dirty. They were like covered in like,
Yeah.
burn marks and ash and what
We
God
all went
knows
through
what.
some stuff. I almost died that day. The day, they went in the sinkhole, and then, I saw them and they were hurt. I mean, it's the
You
same.
also didn't shower us when we crawled out of a toilet.
Wait,
True.
a
You were
toilet?
there. Yeah.
Wait, you guys crawled out of
Oh.
a toilet?
Yeah.
We crawled through the
What
sewers.
did I
Yeah.
miss?
There's a lot going. We could probably make a book about us at this point. Book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we gotta get on the road, right? We should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we really
Oh,
should.
yeah.
And I've put the canvas up so that you don't get sunburnt, you know.
You could have
That's
asked me. I would have helped
magnificent.
you put it over. I'm tall.
Oh, it's all right. I just leapt off the side. I got it eventually.
Listen,
Thank
all
you.
I'll say, going is anytime you need something to do with like some tall things, I will help you out. Trust me, I understand
Oh.
what it's like sometimes when I was really, really young to not be, tall enough to reach certain things. But as a friend and as someone who is like the tallest in the party,
Yeah, no, I always have to get the steps for the top shelf. and
well,
then
now
kick
you
in.
have me. I
Yeah.
can just lift you up there, and we can literally get
great.
it done
Yeah.
faster. Yeah.
Sure.
Only
all
we
right.
had levitating boots for Galoin.
No, I don't
Only
want
if
you
you
hurting
could
my
fly.
buddy going.
What a really strange statement to make during this conversation there, Hard. Don't be
All right,
silly,
let's go.
levitating boots.
Get on the
Right,
road.
come on. And yeah, Galoin gets up on the wagon, and you guys begin traveling through the countryside. Now, because you have traveled the Boar's Run once before, we do it a little bit faster nowadays. Because you have traveled a road already. So, day one of your travels, these are all pre-rolled. I asked some members of the cast to roll these during the week so that I could get some stuff prepared. And today, there are no events. You guys travel through the Boar's Run for one whole day, seeing the various sights of hills and trees and the birds. You don't encounter too many people. You do encounter one other wagon heading towards Sardonis, and it appears to be a larger, bushy-bearded gentleman in the back of the wagon with some sort of guard in the front, and they just seem to be traveling towards Sardonis for whatever reason. But yeah, nothing else that happens this day. Is there anything anyone wanted to do? Or shall we skip to the next day?
Well, I guess I would use the disguise kit and use that whole idea from the morning or afternoon after
While
we rested,
traveling?
and while traveling, yeah, and paint myself.
Oh, what are you gonna
Like-
paint?
Well,
What's the plan?
those eyebrows and
Flesh them out a little?
Flesh it out a little.
Sure, roll me a
Give me a
disguise
bit
kit.
of like a
Disguise kit with
hairline.
charisma. Let's see how well you do.
Charisma.
Yeah,
Well, what-
charisma as your disguise kit check.
So flat charisma, just click on that, right?
No, if you go
Was
to
it
your
the
disguise kit,
performance?
it should
Oh.
say query attribute.
Oh.
Yeah, click
There
that,
we go.
choose charisma. And then, yeah,
Charisma.
that'll be what you get. A
Ooh.
20! Yeah, you make your eyebrows look very human-like. They look like eyebrows. They're a little dark for your skin complexion because you're a lighter-haired gentleman, and they are very black. But you tone it out a little bit and make it better. And what do you give yourself, like stubble? Like, you know,
I guess
when,
like a
someone-
fancy hairline, like
yeah, like
wavy
a
and,
hairline, and you try and make it look like it's freshly been cut really short.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, you do so. Yeah, and you managed to do that. Perfect.
Cool, thanks.
Maeve.
A little bit confused. So we traveled through the night. So what
So you
day
traveled-
is it today?
So today, the date is dum. Let me pull up my timeline. We are on. Yeah, that's right. I have a calendar for
That's
this
the
world.
day after Taft's name day.
We are currently on the 22nd of Merrent, which is the same day because it was the nighttime. Like it was
So-
2 a.m. So you
we're
are now the
approaching the 23rd,
23rd's tomorrow. Yeah,
which I would know is Andros' birthday. Is that not-
incorrect. That'd be the 24th. You were told.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, can I at some point sneak off whilst we set out camp.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Are we doing that now?
And yeah, what? Yeah,
Cool.
we're skipping ahead. What are we doing?
Oh, so
So
I'm
when you
gonna-
make camp that night, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, sure.
Unless anybody else wants to do anything on the road.
Not on the road, no.
No.
Sure. So you guys make camp. You run off. What are you looking for?
I'm looking. Is there like trees around me?
There's a couple of trees. Yeah.
Okay. I am. Do I need to roll stealth, or am I like gone? I'm like maybe like
Depends
50
what you're
yards
trying
away.
to do. Tell me what you're trying to do, and then I'll try and help.
I'm gonna set up a trap. I'm gonna tell them I'm setting up a trap. The hunting
Okay.
trap.
A
So I'm gonna
hunting
take the trap out. I'm gonna set it up 50 yards somewhere where they can't see me.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah, you
And I
do.
actually will set up the trap, but also I am going to cast. The heck is it called? Plant growth.
Okay.
And you will, instead of focusing it over a large area,
Yep.
it is very concentrated energy, and even though you can't see any magic, in front of me starts sprouting a plant. First a little leaf, and it'll very quickly, I would say. I don't know, I've never done this before, but I would say this comes out pretty quickly because it's a lot of energy concentrated at one spot. A couple of bamboo sticks start sprouting out of the ground. And once they've grown and the spell ends, I will cut them off, shovel some dirt over what's left, leave my trap out, and hide it away, and go back to the party and tell them where I left the trap.
Yeah, so as you do this, you find a small little secluded area behind a hill so no one can see you. You kneel down on the ground and you clutch onto your... I assume the crystal, the amber, is still on your neck? Or have you put it back
no,
in the
I would have
staff?
changed that back when I
Okay.
was changing to
Yeah,
my normal...
You've put it back into the staff, and as you plunge the staff into the ground, yeah, everything in an area around you all starts to get overgrown. There's like some bushes that just like flump out and like just are full of berries and like completely full of life. Some of the trees that like there was an apple tree nearby, some apples grow on the tree like right next to you, like it just becomes fully grown and full of vegetation and life. And yeah, this small patch of like bamboo shoots shoot up, and yeah, you chop them down and you break them up into smaller pieces so you can hide them, and yeah, you walk away.
I'll pick up some apples as well.
Yeah, take some apples as
since
well.
they grew.
And maybe some berries and some leaves for socks or something. Yeah,
Sure.
you grab a load of stuff. Yeah.
I'll bring all the food back. I'll give it out to everybody.
Yeah. And the wildlife will thank you for this whenever they pass through in the next day or so, because
Okay.
you've made everything around here be full of life,
Okay.
vegetation-wise. So it's really cool.
And there's also a trap there, but that is for tomorrow.
Yes, to kill the wildlife.
This is the excellent. This is the best way to catch.
Come, more.
Come to my vegetation spot.
While
But
that's
yeah, so-
happening,
Yes.
I am sitting down with Tenko, the owl,
Yes.
and I'm just gonna try to pet the owl.
Animal
Try to
handling
befriend
check,
it.
please. Are you using T'Challa's
Yes.
aid?
Yes.
Advantage.
I need
Yeah,
help.
advantage. As she
Great.
seems to be able to soothe the creature as you try to pet it. Yeah, and a 23, it seems to warm to you. Tenko, once a very angry bird staring at everyone, now comes to you, and you put food in your hand, and it eats the food, and it looks at you, and it seems to be getting more and more comfortable with you.
Let's
You don't
go.
feel like you've quite got it down perfectly yet, but give it some more time, and maybe you could claim it to be your own pet.
You see that, Granny? I did it. Go.
Andros, you're doing so well, my dear.
Ah, we're doing it. I'm actually, very excited to, hang out with this bird.
And may I say, the
Yeah.
scarab looks very precious on you.
Thanks, Grandma. I want
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
It looks divine on you, dear.
Divine? Like,
Look at it. It's so shiny and golden. I bet it's worth a fortune.
I'm not selling this to Scarab.
Good boy.
Yeah. You know how cool it'd be one day, like when I get old, really, really old, and they're like in the history books, like there's this Loxodon dude that has like a really cool freaking scarab thing on him. You know what I mean? I could be known as the scarab or the Loxodon scarab or the Loxodon of the sands, you know?
if they know of its history, maybe they think you found it in the Scarlet Sands.
Maybe, I could be really, I could be really in the history books,
Certainly, yes.
Yeah.
I'm
If I
glad
ever
to
get
see
to
that
go
you
home.
are getting on with the. But Andros, look, I understand that times were tough. We have
Mhm.
all had hardships in our life. But we will resolve them, as will you.
We no. We will continue trying with these guys, and I'm not ready to go deal with my things yet. I honestly don't think it's you know.
Do you know where any of them are?
Like what? My family?
Yes.
No. And I don't think they want to know where I'm
Your
at. And I don't,
Your friends seem very capable. Maybe they could help.
No. They have their own things, and I'm here to help them out. Honestly, this is where I need to be right now. You know that. I mean, I'm with them on their adventure.
Just remember that you need to sort your things too. And I will be here to help when you need me.
Feels nice. It feels like I have some normality in this different place. You help me kind of be more at ease.
Now, Andros, go brush your tusks.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll go do that.
Yeah. And yeah, you go off and start doing that. Anyone else want to do anything?
Yes,
Shion, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna walk around a bit, see if I can find any more ingredients.
Ooh, okay, yeah, sure. We haven't done this in a little while. Let me pull up
No.
my noties. Let's have a little look.
Don't really want to be sea squatting in the dirt, so I'm a little bit like.
Sure. Roll me I think it's a herbalist check, right? I believe.
Is it like the poisoner's kit?
Survival?
Sorry,
Is it?
poisonous kit. Survival. That's the one.
Survival.
Thank you. Yes,
Right.
survival check.
An 8. It's horrible.
Oh, could
You
I?
get-
Oh, okay, never mind.
But you get to add your proficiency because it's with your poisonous kit, I believe, because that's not with proficiency, right?
No, that was just a flat roll.
Yeah, so you get +3 on that. So it's actually an 11. Not great. It's okay though. It's okay. As you are looking around, roll me a d6. Have I got the right one open? That's herbalism.
A 3.
3. Okay, cool. So what you find? There it is. Poisonous kit. Cool. Right. You managed to acquire. You find 2 heads of moon blossom, which you know to be used for basic poisons. It's the main ingredient for basic poisons. But yeah, that's what you managed to find. Unfortunately, only with an 11. That's all that you find in this area.
It's fine.
Yep. It takes you probably like 30 minutes of just wandering around, and yeah, you eventually come across some moon blossom. Okay. Anyone else? Arcturus? No? Maeve again?
I would just say I have a
go on.
half-made potion that I need to finish. That's all I want to say. I need to do that. So if I can now, I will.
Yeah, you've got plenty
It's
of
the
time. if you wanna
rowan
do it.
berry one.
Yeah. Have you rolled for it already?
It's half made. I don't. It's like it's prepared. It just needs to be. It's the other half that I need to do. The last
So-
half.
Is it the roll half?
I don't know.
Just roll, and then we'll
What-
check.
Okay.
So it's a herbalism kit. Let me have a little look.
Based on.
Wisdom.
Can I just ask before she does, where's she doing that?
In the camp.
Is she doing it like where everyone can see?
I imagine.
Like I'm just
so, yeah.
wondering if I can add my bend luck to that.
I imagine it'd be in the campfire. That's where you'd be
Yeah,
brewing
then
it,
yeah,
right? 'Cause it's
the-
the
like,
brewing process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's in sight. What does Ben Luck
Cool.
do?
Yeah, I'm a bend luck. I can spend 2 sorcery points if I see another creature on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, and add a d4.
Yeah, sure, not a
So-
problem. It's an ability check. So yeah, add a D4 to your roll, Maeve.
You roll a d4 and add that. Well, I guess I roll it and decide if I add it or, but it doesn't matter.
You'll be lucky to know the DC was 8.
Oh.
So you actually
Didn't
rolled the minimum
matter.
DC for creating that antitoxin because it's a common recipe. So yeah, you do make an antitoxin, which basically gives you advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour. So you have a little vial that if anyone gets poisoned, you can give it to them, and then they have advantage on basically flushing it from their system.
Is that something in the compendium I can just drag in?
I think I posted it on the herbalism kit one, but we can sort that out. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So, if that's it for the night, that is night 2. Night technically 2. Yeah, down. As you go into the next day, as I assume you dome up for the evening again, you sleep into the dome, cart outside, all that good stuff, and you take watches. Not a problem. No events happen in the evening as well. It is a solid night. You see a few animals come nearby, a few more than you'd probably used to seeing because of the vegetation increasing nearby. Some owls swoop down, grab some food, that sort of thing. And on to the next day, day 2 in the morning, clear skies as the dome pops once more, and you have another beautiful day.
I just want to mention I've spent my night in my necklace.
Okay,
And
yep.
next morning I pop out with all the stuff that belongs to the
Hey,
others.
let's go. Yeah, so you bring all the
Nice.
weapons out and all the vials of poison, I think you
Oh,
brought as well. Yeah.
There should not be poison in it because all the girls had it.
Okay, sure.
So yeah, everything
No
everything
worries.
that was not belonging to me, that's returned to the owners.
Yes, your weapons are returned to you, and anything that you gave Arcturus to look after is with you. As you guys awake on this morning, it is clear skies. Is there anything anyone wants to do? Maeve's hunting trap. As you go over to the hunting trap, there is something trapped in it. Is there something you specifically wanted to be trapped in it? Because I'm gonna make a roll to see what is trapped.
No, the trap was a distraction, but I did put it down.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to see what was caught in the trap. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, you see a squirrel caught in the trap.
Is it dead?
A dead squirrel, yes. Because the trap is far too big for the squirrel, but enough weight went on it, because it seemed to be holding an apple, as it was running away with a huge apple, and it ran into the trap. The trap triggered, killed the squirrel. Now there's an apple covered in blood. But yes, you see that there?
I'm sorry, buddy. And I take him back and start skinning him.
Okay, cool. Not a problem. Do you take your hunting trap back as well?
Yeah.
Clean it all up, all that good- yeah.
Yep.
Bring it back. Okay, anything else anyone else wants to do? Add squirrel pelt to your inventory.
Also bloody
type it in.
apple or
If you take
I'll
the
give
bloody
it to
apple.
Erhard.
Sure, there you
Apples!
go. Yeah. Day 2 then. You guys hit the road. And as you're traveling through, once again, you're getting closer and closer to that old barn that had all the people in from Erentol that you stayed in. You're probably about half a day's travel by the end of today. So midday tomorrow, you'll probably reach the barn. And yeah, as you're traveling through, more of the countryside and just more of birds and wildlife and just the nice air and breeze of the day hitting you. Is there anything else wants to do, or are we good to set camp?
That camp.
Set camp! Okay, so for this day, you set your dome up and the same procedures. Does anyone want to do anything for this day?
I'll do the same thing with Tenko. Just play with, like, pet the...
Sure, make your
more-
check for me.
With advantage, of course.
Yeah, this particular day, Tenko doesn't seem as friendly. It takes the food, but no pets. Like, you try to pet it and it just seems reclused in on itself and just keeps away from you.
Okay.
But
I'll
yeah.
set some more food in there for the night.
Yeah.
And I'll actually leave the door open so we can go out and
Yeah.
fly around.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you do that. You guys sleep, and you awake on day 3. Day 3 being the 24th of Merrent. And as you all awake, it's nice and cool in the bubble. It's a really cool atmosphere. And then the bubble pops, and you are hit with a scorching heat. As today, the sun is blistering down upon you all. And yeah, it just seems like a scorcher of a day today, hotter than the previous days. Shion is probably loving it. In all fairness, Ondros is probably good as well. I would say Maeve, Erhard, and Arcturus, a little bit sweaty, just because it's a little hotter than you're usually used to. But yeah, it's blistering down on you. Galoin, you can see, has got like what looks to be like a patch of cloth. And like as he's like getting all the stuff down, he like leans on the wagon, like wipes his brow. He like takes a couple of seconds, drinks some water, tucks it into his belt, and then carries on working, getting the horses ready and stuff. And yeah, as he clambers onto the wagon, he says to you all, it's pretty hot today, so the horses might need a few extra stops. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a full proper day's travel in, so it might slow us up a little bit. But we're already a few hours ahead of what we should be anyway because of the first night, so we should be good.
No, we're good. We can take today as nice as we need to.
Yeah, just like a leisurely day.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah, well, I won't push them too hard.
I mean,
But
I could get some horses to help us for a little while as well.
what? Where?
As, summon them.
Summon horses?
What? Just like whistle for them? But
Yes,
why didn't
they just appear?
Why didn't you do that when we were in Ashendale? We could have really used the extra horses to
Well,
get it.
you
get
know,
it
because Goloin, I am a young elven, half woman, half elf, half human barbarian, turns into all kinds of things, and every day is a new day, and I learn new things, and things I didn't know I could do then I can do now.
Oh, it's like a new thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
But it could be helpful.
well, I want to see you do that.
Yeah, let's
But
see it happen.
do we need to do it right now, or
Right
do we want
now, yes.
But then what do we do with our horses? Are fine at the moment, no?
Yeah, but like if we've got extra horses, just it makes them not have to pull as much because there's more.
True.
We can just attach. Remember, we had 4 on this originally. Oh no, wait, we still have 4.
Yeah.
Oh
We're good.
yeah, what would we do with the?
I mean, I could tell them to follow us. We could unhinge them from
Well,
the
you
wagon
could-
and just tell them to follow us.
You can switch them out, can't you?
Yeah.
And then you have refreshed horses, and the other ones don't have to pull, and they get.
We
to
could put
walk
like
behind.
a lead round their muzzle. Is that what
Can
a
I
horse
ride one?
wears?
Can we like put a saddle
The
on one
point
and I'll
is,
just
no,
ride?
You go,
No.
Andros.
I meant that we could attach them to the wagon so that they just walk alongside rather than pulling it.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're not working.
So we could
Yeah.
get your horses to pull it.
Yeah,
Okay.
they won't. Oh, they'll only last like an hour-ish, but it's an hour quicker.
Oh, okay. Well, when they get tired, let's
Yeah.
give them some water. You make some more horses, and then we give them an extra hour's rest.
That's good. I like it.
Right.
Then Andros, you could maybe try riding one of the
I can ride a
conjured.
horse.
I don't know. I need to check. I need to ask if it's okay. How
Mm.
heavy are you?
like 300, 320 pounds.
A horse will
heavy.
be fine with that.
Yeah. See.
Horses are really strong.
Yeah.
Okay. Galoin's the horseman, so I trust Galoin.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me, the
Okay.
horseman.
The horse man.
Yep.
Clippity clop, nay, nay, nay.
Exactly, all that
Yeah.
jazz.
Yeah.
Well, let's get a hoof on.
But
I see what you did there.
Yeah, thanks. And then, yeah, he makes them mush, and yeah, you head on out. You have to make 3 breaks throughout your day today. Otherwise, the horses will become overworked, and then they have to make checks to see if they can maintain their strength.
how does that work with the?
So, I will cut it down to 2 breaks if you use the additional horses, which makes it a bit quicker. However, everyone will have to make a Constitution saving throw today, please. Yeah, you go through the day. So, an 8, a 25.
Would,
Oh, I don't get the.
I would like to roll a bend luck for
A 12.
It's a
for
saving
Maeve.
throw, right? You said saving throw.
Saving throw.
Oh, it's a
yes.
savings throw? Yeah, it works on savings throw, exactly.
So for Maeve, yeah.
For Maeve, yeah, I roll a d4, right? And then I
D4,
add
yeah.
that for her. So you add 2.
So
to
it's
her
a 10.
Constitution save,
Hey.
yeah.
And
and
what's
I do
yours?
Oh my god, I do lucky, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, actually, I don't do. Does it? The magical guidance works only on a failed ability check, right? Oh, that's an ability check, not a savings throw. No.
Yeah.
So I will
Lucky?
do lucky. Never mind.
Okay.
A lucky, yeah. So I remove thingy and a d20 again. Well, I just do the Constitution save again, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone that rolled under a 15 suffers from 1 level of exhaustion for this part of the day.
Sorry,
As
guys.
it is blisteringly hot.
Wouldn't my item help me out here? But we don't have
Nope.
it added in yet. No,
Nope.
because it adds to Constitution, right? Which would up my
Oh,
would
Constitution
add
saves.
his-
It would
It
add
would add
plus
him
1.
one.
So I
so
would
that
make it.
would
I
be
would
a
make
success. You
Let's
are correct. Yeah.
go. Let's go.
Your scarab does give you plus
So
1 to that.
smart.
So that is that. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you are right. Well done.
Question.
Yes.
I have a new gift.
Which is?
Well, since leveling up, I gained elemental gift,
Sorry.
which I give me resistance to a certain damage is fire, which is like I can resist like very very warm things and attacks, but I can't withstand blistering heat.
I did think about this in the week, and you know what? Because I was going to give it to Maeve as well. I will say that you and Maeve can have advantage on the roll, actually. So that does put Maeve at a 21, and that puts Arcturus at an 18, so you both succeed.
Wait.
Okay? Okay, so you're all good. You're all good.
Yay!
You do have to make this check again once you hit past the midday if you continue to travel. So yeah, so you guys travel for the first half of the day, where you will have to take a break. The horses need to be watered, which they are. Is there anything anyone wants to do during this time of you guys taking a quick hour just to chill out and water down the horses, brush them, that sort of thing?
What about
was
poor
wondering-
Galoid? What about poor
Oh,
Galoid?
I
Did
actually
he
need
have
to-
to roll
he-
for him?
Yeah, he does have to roll, and he gets no benefit. Okay.
Can I? I was just wondering if I use Prestigation on the tarp that's over the wagon, right?
Yeah.
It would cool it down for up to 1 hour. Would that give it like a benefit
Oh.
for us sitting in under the tarp?
Sure, you turn it into a mist, like a slight drizzle of mist in the back of the wagon. Sure, yeah, okay. Yeah, for 1 hour, you manage to maintain it so that everyone gets this slight, like, misty feeling on their face and their body and their skin, which makes them feel nice. But unfortunately, Galoin is sat on the front, and I would say, Shion, you notice Galoin start to sweat a little more, and he looks a little pooped out. But he's still going. He's happy to keep going.
And yeah, he gets off. He starts brushing the horses down. He waters them down a little bit to let their skin cool, and he gets them water and something quickly to eat just to replenish some energy.
I would like to help him out with that, so he's not just
Yeah,
doing
sure.
it alone. Yeah.
Yeah, and would you use your trunk to just spray some water over their
I'll
backs?
use my trunk a little bit. Yeah,
like
I'll
yeah,
spray
yeah.
it up in the air so it gets all
Yeah.
of them. You know.
Galoin looks like he could use that as well.
Oh, I'll do it to him as well. Then as he's working on the horses.
he's very appreciative
Yeah.
because he's struggling a bit. But yeah, you guys do that and you take a break. Do you cast your horsey spell now? This is like midway.
Is this the second break?
First break.
So, didn't we just have the first break?
So
No, this is during the
you
first
woke
break.
up. You did your first bit of travel, break 1.
Yeah.
You've got another third of the journey to go, break 2, and then the end of the day.
Right, so that's what, because everything's.
So are
in
you going to do it
order.
a second break?
Yeah, I'll do that second break.
Sure, not a problem. At this, you guys finish that. You hitch the horses back up, and you ride on out. And as you get to about the midday mark, you see up ahead of you a large barn.
Hey, that barn.
As you start making your way towards the barn outside of the farm outside of Erentol. Do you carry on going, or do you want to turn in? What's your plan?
Do we want to maybe make a pit stop for the night and wait for this kind of hot weather to go through, so we don't I don't know, if something bad happens while we're in the hot day, you know what I mean?
But they said we should travel at night.
Right. It's daytime, right? So
So
even
what
then
if
we're
we
not
wait
traveling
until
at night
night?
anyway.
Give the horses some rest and
Yeah.
continue traveling at night.
We could
Yeah, I
make a
would
spot for the
say-
day.
Yeah, I would say let's get some rest.
And night will be cooler anyway, so it would take away the
So are we going to rest here until nightfall, then travel through
Yes.
the night, and then travel a whole
Yeah.
day?
This is the
Mm.
same barn we were at the first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one the people will hold
Yeah.
up in from Erentol. Yeah.
Maybe
Let's
they
see
have
how
like
they
a
do.
fine wine again, Maeve.
Maybe they do, and the woman was lovely as well. And she said that we should head back in.
As you pull on towards it, what you do notice as you get a little closer is there seems to be a few wagons coming towards the barn from Arkenvale. And what you can see is quite a few Arkenvale guardsmen with wagons of timber, with wagons of bricks and various supplies that they seem to be traveling into the town of Erentol.
Seems the repairs of the town are already in full swing.
awesome. Cool.
Yeah, and as you pull into the barn, you just hear, "Why, howdy, y'all! You back already? It's nearly been a week since we last saw you. We got a bit worried. How are things?"
Well, other than the temperature, I think we're
Oh
doing
my,
pretty
it
good.
is hot.
It is pretty blistering. That is true.
Well, make sure you come on over, get in the shade. It'll cool down. You taking care of those horses?
As best as we can.
We'll get them in the barn so they can cool off.
That is much
Great.
appreciated.
Um,
Gloin,
Right,
could you guys take care of this?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Uh,
I'm fine. Yeah, so good.
Also, madam, if you don't mind, I'd like to buy a round of drinks for my companions. We've been traveling quite a bit, and a meal, of course, if you don't mind.
By all means, we can surely we can spare some produce. You don't need to buy it. It's all fine. I believe your friend gave us quite some coin the last time you rolled on in. So yeah, it's honestly it's our pleasure. We'll make sure you get food. Don't
Thank
worry.
you. Appreciate it.
But yeah, if you go around the back of the barn, a great shady little spot there.
Thank you.
And yeah, as you come on in and unload the horses and unhitch them and get them all ready and nice and comfy in this area, and you go around the back of the barn, you realize there's not as many people here as there once was. It seems like maybe things are starting to normalize a little. And as you can see, repairs are being made to Erentol, and it's slowly starting to come back together. And yeah, is there anything you want to do this day?
I would know what day it is today, right?
Yes, yep, you'd be aware.
Can I find the lady that owns the barn?
Yes, yeah, you find her.
Is she like in the where is she?
She's
Compared to-
doing some form of farm-related labor. Maybe taking some hay bales from one place to another, just carrying them across the farmland.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hey. So do you think you could do me a favor?
What would that be, dear?
So, you know the big guy that's traveling with us?
Oh,
The,
the
with the
Laxodon?
trunk? Yep.
Yes.
His birthday,
Oh, really?
right? And I think he turns an adult today for his Loxodon thing. So I wanted to make
Right.
him feel a little bit special.
What?
Uh,
Well, I could, I haven't baked a cake in a while. I could maybe bake a cake.
So this is the thing. I heard that he likes fried bamboo. Now, I don't know how to make that, but I have
Neither
bamboo.
do I. Right, okay.
Do you think you could try something with it? I don't know. He never mentioned if it was sweet or savory, or maybe like a bamboo cake.
I feel like a bamboo cake might not go quite as you'd intend there, dear.
How about...
Why don't we do one sweet, one savory, and then
Oh, yeah.
if he likes one, he eats one, and if he doesn't like the other, then you eat it? I don't know.
I'll try it. Yeah.
Do you want to help? I've never fried bamboo before.
Yeah, sure. You know what? Maybe I'll learn a thing or two. I don't know.
Sure. Well, how about we go there now?
Hey.
Help me with this hay bale. She,
Yes, I am so strong.
Maeve, you and Maeve and this woman disappear for a while. I don't know what check this would be. Roll me 2d20s, flat d20s.
2d20s.
What would
Cooking.
be your cooking skill? Like your
I
cooking
guess
utensils?
wisdom? Because it'd be based on your knowledge of how to cook, right?
I mean, I can cook. I was living on my own, but I've never done like anything special. Wouldn't have come to me to fry bamboo.
You know what? Make me a wisdom check, flat wisdom, and I will say because she's aiding you, it would have been at disadvantage because you've never done it before, but
Yeah.
because she's there to aid, it's a flat roll.
Okay.
How about that? Flat wisdom. Because I think wisdom's probably the best way to, yeah, so an 18. I think you cook up... You don't know if it's good or not, but it looks good. It looks good, and she seems pretty impressed too. And she gives you a few extra bits of like food to add to it, so that you've got some extra things to add there as well. But yeah, it takes you probably like 20 minutes to fry some bamboo off, because I can't imagine it'd take very long. It's just bamboo, and you create one sweet and one savory dish that both
Nice.
look pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, there you
Cool.
go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and you take it out.
Yeah, I'll find a group, I guess.
Andros, what are you doing during this time?
What am I?
What
I
would
think
you
I'll
be doing?
I think I'll be sitting with like Arcturus, and I'll probably just be talking to him a little bit, just like, I don't know, like after he told me about his, his family, his sister, and all. I'll probably be very interested. So I'll probably just sit next to him and be like, Arcturus, I remember that conversation we had, and you told me quite a bit about like how you got here and that whole situation.
I do remember.
What was your like sister like growing up? Like, was she very, was she a very nice sister? Was she very, talkative? Like, what was she like in a daily life of Arcturus back where you come from?
Well, that's actually kind of a difficult story. Because I haven't spoken to her like quite a while.
Mm.
We were like separated when we were at a very young age. So I only remember the part where we played outside and he supported me and I supported her as her big brother. And other than that, the last thing I see of her is her being captured. Or so it seems to be captured.
It's weird because like I didn't I don't know why. I just thought you were, the younger of the two, but you saying how you were like to your sister, like it really reminds me because my sister was older than me. I had an older sister growing up. Um she was the same way, very supportive. Like she was very uh, caring sister, you know what I mean? Like she looked after me quite a bit when I was younger because I was up to all sorts of no goods and whatnot. Um but very interesting here that she was, you don't have much memory of her. I didn't expect that one.
Well, that happens when you like don't spend a lot of your life with each other.
Right. Yeah.
I think we got separated back when I was just a little Vidalcan. And
Yeah.
yeah, I know you for you I am still a little Vidalcan, but imagine for the rest, they are small
Right.
Vidalcan.
Yeah. Um I'm trying to remember like the last day I actually spoke to my sister. We were it was the day before I left. Like I went on, that whole ordeal, and I remember just like sitting next to her, and she was trying to strike up jokes because I was a very nervous person. I've never, did this sort of thing before. I was very scared. Obviously, she knew it was obvious to her. I remember her just like, you know, telling me about, how I was as a young, Loxodon. I used to sneak out quite a bit. I was up to a lot of trouble. I mean, I wasn't, I was a well-behaved kid most of the time, but I did some dumb stuff due to my friend. But yeah, it's just, very weird now thinking back to all this, and it's feels a lot more distant than, an actual memory, because it's been so long.
What memories do you have of your sister that like really defines you as Andros or Loxodon?
I think the most like serious memory of her would probably be like when the whole thing with the Shardborn started. I mean, I was in training at the time. I was, doing a lot of days just training and learning how to fight, learning all these different things, and from my dad, of course. And she would just every day, like when I got home, I did a lot of my own practice, like in like outside my home, whatnot. She'd be sitting there reading a book because she was a very smart one. Like she was the smart one in the family. I'm not. She was like the smart one. I was more of the, physical, I do sports or whatnot, right? And I remember her just reading a lot, and she would just watch. And yeah, I mean, it might not be anything big, but it it just kind of, I guess it means a lot because she was there, she was supporting me without having to really do anything, right? So I guess that would be like the biggest thing was like she didn't really ever have to do anything big to show her support or show that she really cared. Is just being there, like just being present, I guess, was the thing with her.
Yeah, that's the influence big brothers or sisters can have. Just be around, be supportive, without actually doing stuff for their siblings, just guiding them.
Yeah.
You mentioned she liked reading books. Are you willing to share her name?
My sister's name?
Hmm?
Oh man, it's a long name. Yeah, I mean I can, of course. Her name was Veriafia. Veriafia.
That's an unusual name. It's
Very
I
weird.
reckon it's a common name around Roxodon.
No, it's really not. I guess so. Funny story behind the name, at least how my parents would say it is. They wanted a name that would stick out because my sister, they wanted when she was the first, she's the firstborn. They wanted her to someday become like a council member, like a someone high up in the tribe, right? So they wanted to give her a very standout, out there name. I don't know why that one came to mind, but that was the first thing they thought of. I don't know where it came from. I couldn't tell you, but that's just what they went with, and it's weird. For me, they just kind of picked what sounds like a strong lad, and they just went with that. I mean, there could be more behind the names, but I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you.
It's still pretty interesting to hear. I like interesting backstories.
Yeah, yeah. Appreciate it. What was your sister's name?
Senia.
Huh?
Sisenia.
Lucinia.
No, Sisenia.
Cicinia. Huh. I would say that's almost on the same level as different, I guess.
They have similarities, I
Yeah.
would say. Yeah, she's my little sister, and well, before I left for this world, I did not even know she was still alive. So
Oh.
it feels double. Like on the
Yeah.
hand, on the one hand you're glad she's alive, and at the other hand you're also surprised she's still alive.
I feel that. I understand where you're getting at with that. Yeah. Well, I appreciate the talk.
Grace. It's always good to share interests in each other. Creates bonds.
Yeah. I feel like, I feel like I I feel like you are the older brother nowadays. I feel like you kind of keep things together, when we're all kind of hectic. So, I mean, you might have, not have your, you're still an older brother just to a new group of people.
Older brother, or well, I'm definitely not the father of the group, that's for sure.
I think, I think that is I don't think any of us are a dad of the group. I think, I don't think that would work, but I can definitely see older brother.
I can do for older brother. And I
Yeah.
always have had wanted to have a well, I never knew what a Loxodon was, but now I have a Loxodon little brother.
There you go. I mean, little might be a little not, but I get your point. Yeah. I get it.
You are taller than me, but then again, you will always remain my little brother then.
That's true. Yeah.
I'll pat him on the back.
Yeah, as this happens, Maeve, you come out with your two different plates, and you can kind of like see Shion in the back doing something. I imagine, like I don't know, brushing a hair or doing something with a dress, like something Shion related. Erhard is probably reading through his ritual book or painting on the side of the wagon while he's got some time to just mess around with some designs. While Galoin is completely laying flat next to the wagon, just breathing in and out, thankful for some shade. And yeah, as you come out, Maeve, yeah, you see Andros there.
Happy birthday to you. I walk forward. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andros. You're an adult now. Yes, Bamboo.
Okay. First of all, I didn't know you knew the song "Happy Birthday." I mean, but I appreciate it.
I've had 8 birthdays, I'll have you now, with people.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, is there like a forced version of the birthday song, or is it just?
Yeah, but I don't think you'd understand.
Oh, I appreciate it, Maeve. Thank you. Where'd you get bamboo?
I have some tricks up my sleeve.
But this is like. This
The
looks
freshest
old.
bamboo you can get out there. In this land.
I didn't know this place would grow bamboo, but
It doesn't.
okay. All right then. I mean, did your
And I'll hold my hand sort of like across my little nub. And like just for the second that it flashes past, a little leaf will pop out. You know, like a leaf will bloom, and I'll just wink.
Yeah, and now that Maeve has shown, notice to the nub, it seems to be growing a little bit more. It seems to be a little bit more visible than it once was.
Well, I guess you magic people really have some crazy, crazy things that I will never understand.
Oh. But do you want to try the bamboo? I made a sweet one and a savory one. I don't know how to make it, but it's here.
But we had that type of bamboo. So, I mean, as long as you made it, I mean, yeah, as long as
I
you
don't know.
tried it, I mean,
You know the sweet one, because you never said if it was like a salty one or a savory
Right.
one. But like the sweet one, the lady actually helped me so sweet.
oh, that's
We like glazed it in some sugar and then turned it over in the frying pan. And the other one, we added like some like soy or something. She said, I don't know, and it's now salty.
great. I mean, we had all types. I mean, we had spicy, we had like sweet, we had sour, there's a lot of different types of, bamboo out there. So, I mean, I can't believe you actually did this though. I mean,
It's your birthday, so you know you gotta celebrate. You're not
mean-
always turning 58,
I'm 60.
60.
Yeah.
You don't turn
we-
60 every day, only one time.
True. I mean, but I have like about 390 birthdays still ahead of me, hopefully, as long as I don't die.
Yeah, but you might only have one birthday where somebody magically grows bamboo out of the
That's
ground
true.
for you.
That's a good
So-
point. It's a really good point.
Would you like to try it?
I would definitely like to try it. I mean, if everyone else wants to try a part of it too, I mean,
Sure.
we are a group after all.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, so you try your fried bamboo, sweet and savory, and to your surprise, it's actually pretty good. It's not the same, because what they did over there in the deserts was very
Yeah.
different to how this is prepared. But that doesn't mean it's bad. This is still really good, and the fact that she's never cooked it before, you're probably quite impressed.
Wow. This is by far probably the best meal I've had in like years. I appreciate this a lot, actually.
I'm glad you like it. Do you guys want to try some too?
Sure.
Yeah, whoa.
Yes.
I'll go over to Galoin, give him some. I also give Socks a little bit.
Yeah, Socks he sticks it in his mouth. You don't know if he's chewing it, you don't know what's going on with it's just in his mouth.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Cool. We'll all have some.
Yeah.
And happy birthday on congratulations on growing up, Andros.
Wait, so you're 60 now?
60.
God, you're so old.
I know. I'm old but young. So I have a lot of young years ahead.
How old is everyone?
I'm 25, I believe.
24?
And you've lost. Wait, you're 25 and you've lost all your hair already? I'm sorry.
I like that joke quite a bit.
You're
Thanks,
24, Maeve?
24, I think.
Wow.
If my maths are correct. 23. Wait.
Everyone's
What's
so young.
8? What's 8 plus 15?
23.
23.
23.
I'm 23.
Oh. Okay. How did you figure that out?
Because somebody told me that children are brought to a forest for 15 years, and I know I was 8 when I left.
Oh.
So 8 plus 15, I thought it was 24, but that's not my strongest part, you know.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot to tell you guys at some point about what happened with the bull as well, but basically I was left in the forest by my parents. I was used as a payment to keep somebody happy that the city wouldn't get lost, and so I had to protect the forest for 15 years, but I didn't know. I thought I got lost there, and then I had to make another kid, like a druid, and that's why I left, and now I'm here. And apparently that's a cycle that repeats itself every 15 years. And I met somebody who had a child that also had to do what I did, but they don't know where the child is now.
Wait, sorry. You were used as payment.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I don't really
Do you
know
know?
why.
Do you know why you were used as? No. Okay.
So some basically up in the Ilaneston forest, somewhere there once was a city, or a town, and it disappeared. I don't know if any of you have heard of this, but it disappeared. I don't know how many years ago, a while ago, and apparently the people that lived in that town still have, with the people that once lived there and still carry that name, they have to send their child as sort of an offering to the forest around it, to keep it in existence. I believe I got told this at the ball, and my head was, kind of busy with half, but then also this, and I think I was part of an offering. I always thought I was I got lost, and I just, started loving the forest, and that's why I stayed. I didn't realize my parents abandoned me. So that's new.
Well, speaking of weird stuff with growing up or age,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but I think I might have been born like a lot more than 25 years ago, which sounds really weird,
What?
but I lived in the Feywild for a while, and when I was in Arkenvale, I was trying to find out more about the Feywild because it really confused me when I got back. Well, essentially to this plane of existence, and I might have been born like 75 years ago instead of 25. So it's really weird and confusing.
Wait, so Maeve was given as an offering to a forest, and you were born 75 years ago.
So to speak, yeah.
You lot are fucking weird.
I nod.
Hey, don't you start nodding.
What do
Well-
you mean?
You had offerings as like maids, didn't you?
True.
Darling, I don't offer anyone.
So
No, they offer themselves to you as like a slave, right?
Not like.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit brave.
question, Maeve. Does this have anything to do with your forest goddess? That maybe she plays a part in how you got to the in this predicament, or maybe she was the one you were with for that long and serving in the forest or whatnot.
Yantes actually lives in the Feywild, Erhard. I didn't meet her until I'd already been there for 15 years. I met somebody. So I got abandoned. I think, well, I didn't know, but I apparently got abandoned because I was there one moment with my parents, the next moment they were gone, and I woke up and it was nighttime, and there was like a backpack next to me with like blankets and stuff, and I was very scared, and I just started running and crying, and I was going through this forest trying to find my way out, and I'd never been there, and I couldn't find my way out, and I was there for a few days. And then one night I had set up camp as far as I could, and this hooded figure approached me, and it's the first person I had seen in days, and I was ecstatic to see someone. And so of course I ran up and I was like, please help me. And it was nighttime and I couldn't see their face, and they were being, thinking back now, very strange, but I just wanted to go home. I was crying, I wanted to go home, and they said that they could help me, but it might change my feelings about the forest. and I didn't care, and I just wanted to go home. And he said I might regret it, and I said I don't care. I want to go home. Please help me. And I believe what he did to me that night is what I was told to do by the Anthis to the little kid 15 years later, and give him the power of nature, turning into animals, being a druid. But turning also made me feel more connected to the forest, and I was at ease. And it never changed that, I wanted to, I still want to know where my parents are, but I just felt like I couldn't leave anymore after that.
Do you regret doing what happened, or
To the kid?
I mean, just in general, right? I mean, leaving the forest. I mean, a lot has happened, right? I mean,
Leantis said that I wasn't needed there anymore because there was bigger, worse corruptions out in the world that I had to deal with. And that's when I met you guys. I got teleported through the Feywild. It's where Socks found me and teleported through with me back to the real world. And suddenly I was in Caress, and that's where I bumped into you.
Yeah.
And then we fought people, and we've never been apart since.
yeah. I mean,
The only corruption I've really fought is the hags, and I don't really know what I'm.
I mean, you've done a lot of corruption. I mean, the one guy in the mines that we dealt with. I mean, that was a little bit corrupted, right? I mean, we dealt with that because it was actually corrupting the other innocent people. I mean, you also dealt with Kingsley Taff and his reign. I mean, that was kind of corrupted. There was some corruption there you dealt with. You also dealt with the Sardonis stuff with the inside the ground. I mean, don't think you haven't done anything. I mean, you've done a lot. I mean, you guys have done quite a bit of stuff.
We, not you guys.
I mean, I sure. But I mean, you guys, we've done a lot. We've, in a short time we've been together. I mean, we've literally like stopped a lot of things from happening. I mean, we easily could have gone worse, a lot of different situations, but I mean, here we are. We literally ended a whole corrupted king's reign over a city where he was overly taxing people and destroying, potential families or whatnot. And, we helped those people out. I mean, yeah, maybe not like forced corruption. I mean, maybe that's something we haven't
at it like that. I just kind of thought of the forest. I thought that's what maybe she means that, but yeah, I don't know. I slept on this a little bit. I have a lot of questions to ask my parents if they're still alive.
I mean, if we ever get a chance, I mean, we easily could. I feel like this party has a lot of trauma that we have to fix. We
Not
got to get
me.
our, maybe except for Galoin. We have Arcturus, who we need to somehow maybe find a way to get back to his home world at some point, or his plane, whatever it is he lives on. We gotta.
Arcturus isn't from here.
Oh, here we go.
That's a whole. We'll catch up to speed on the road,
Oh
Galoin.
my lord.
It's quite
But
difficult,
we also
Galoin, but we'll
Yeah.
get there eventually.
we also got to get Shion back home so her family can know she's still alive and all that things. We have Erhard, who grew up
75.
75 years in the Feywild. That's something we gotta figure out. We also have your missing city, missing whatever is going on there. I
Well-
wouldn't. It's way
well,
too much information.
Arkenvale's a pretty big city. and
Exactly.
Now that you're friends with, like, that Eliash woman, maybe you
lot of
can
people.
get more info. I don't know.
Exactly.
I
I mean, we
I
could-
want to
there's
go
a-
back. Well, I do, but I don't want to. I just want answers, but
Yeah,
I
like
feel
closure.
betrayed.
We will
Yeah.
figure things out. I mean, we have a lot of stuff we can figure. I mean, we have a lot of time to dive into these mysteries sort of ordeal. I mean, we have a lot to do. But I mean, maybe that's our purpose. I mean, if there is a god or any higher being out there, I mean, maybe that's why they grouped us together, because we have a lot of things to deal with and find out.
Put all the people with the trauma together, and what do they make?
We
Iron
make a
Vortex.
pretty badass group of people. That's what we make.
Mm-hmm.
Well-
Shion and Arcturus, she also avoided the age question.
Do I really have to talk about this?
Well, you've got
Yes,
to be pretty
Shion, how
young,
old are
right?
you?
I was born on the 33rd of Dias, 1461, making me an actual 25 years old, if I have to say.
Yeah, y'all a bunch of younglings. Dang. Kinda wish y'all lived as long as I have, huh?
You're really Andros.
Listen, 60 years is a long time. The fact that to me was like a flash, you know what I mean? But to you guys, it must have been like quite a bit of
Andros.
time.
Andros. Little Andros. In my years, 6 years
Here we go.
is over like a breeze. Give it 210.
How old are you?
210.
Dang.
Wow.
Now you're old. You're like old. Like you're almost as old as my dad. Like you're pretty old.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm 46. No. Yeah, 46.
Oh, Lord, I thought you were younger. You look like you're fresh, like 22.
What?
Yeah, you look young.
Oh, well, thanks.
No
I am
problem,
a
buddy.
halfling, so, you know,
Okay.
I might live till like hundreds.
You might live to hundreds. Like
Yeah.
how long? How long hundreds?
Well, I don't know. I had a great grandfather that was like 149.
I don't want to know. You know what? I
That's
don't wanna know
pretty
how long-
old, right?
I don't want to know how long like you got. Cause think about this. Like you guys might be gone, and I'm still here for another like hundreds of years. Like without you guys, you know, what I mean, potentially. I mean, you know how crazy that is. Like I can live up to 450 years old. Like that's a long time.
Yeah, but look at Erhard. He's 75 and he looks
That's be-
20.
That's because
So
he
he's
lived in
probably
the-
going to outlive you.
I don't know about that one. I think that one's a little stretch there.
Well, you never know.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know, no, yeah.
Arcturus is going to be like 10,000 years old.
Well,
How-
no,
how
I don't think
old
so, but
do you get?
Yeah, how old does your race usually live till?
well, normally around 350, 400, but sometimes they're on like 500 or 600s.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I am regarding to what you guys know here, related to the Elvish people.
You're Elvish?
Related
would
to the
not
Elvish
think
family.
you were
so
Elvish.
So you could be like my family.
He's from a different plane.
And he's related.
It's
I
just similar.
I respond in Elvish to Maeve. It could be.
Ah, blood is thicker than planes. I respond back in Elvish.
I have no idea what you guys are saying, but I'm gonna just kind of continue what the conversation was of.
Elvish is different from
He's-
Sylvan, isn't it?
It is. You know, I'd never thought you would be Elvish. Like I lived amongst a lot of elven tribes. Like I never would have thought you had any sort of Elvish in you.
Look at his ears.
Crazy. Huh?
I have pointy
Well-
ears.
Yeah, he has the pointy ears.
What?
Doesn't make him Elvish.
No, but
I mean, I have big floppy ears. Does that make me like I don't know, like
A loxodon?
related to the actual elephants? Like, no, I'm not related to the actual elephants. I look like I could be an elephant.
But what if a human and an elephant did the thing? Like,
No.
where did
No.
Aloxodon start?
No, I
That's
don't know,
not-
and I probably
no.
don't want to know.
Nah.
Let's not go
Actually, I
there.
know someone who might know.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
set the tent up.
Hey, T'Challa, how did Loxodons become a thing?
You just get a slap over the back of the head, but no response.
Okay.
You're really
T'Challa-
gonna,
playing.
you're
Grandma
really
does
gonna
not
ask your
know.
grandma.
I mean, she knows a lot about history. I thought she would know some knowledge about it, but I guess it was a dumb question. I mean, dang.
And as this conversation wraps up, we are going to go to a break. We're going to take a quick 5 or so minute break. We're going to go a little later than normal, so we'll be back in like 5-ish minutes, probably like 1:15 at the latest, and then we will go probably until just before 10 o'clock. And then we will wrap things up around then. So, guys, back in like 5 minutes. Grab some snacks, grab some drinks, go to the toilet, all that good stuff. We'll see you in 5. Goodbye.
See you in a bit.
Oh, well, good for you. This my sack. And he moves his cloak, and you just see a dagger handle. And he just looks at you, and he's like, "You want sack?"
Here's the darling.
I kill monster, remember? Or Grognak no silly, or Grognak most intelligent.
2 books I think were pretty good. And then, afterwards, I kind of heard that they like rushed the author.
Oh no! We have.
Oh no!
Yay!
Our first one! Our first one! Finally! Do you want to be
Sorry,
famous?
you'll never be famous.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, I didn't like the last couple books out of the Aragon one.
So do you really have family that lived here?
No. And he like looks at everyone. He's like, no.
Well, thank you for that.
I'm gonna look at the other two.
I will dip in the jar and just put it down for him to eat from.
Yeah, he starts eating it. Erhard, can you roll me 2d6, please?
Me? Sure.
Yep.
What have you done?
The frog dies.
Whoops.
Oh my god.
Okay, guys, don't eat it. Whoops.
No!
I liked it.
We got a performance. Ross,
Yes, when you need, Maeve.
have you seen socks? I can find them anywhere.
Oh my god, if you gave me some Starbucks, maybe I'll tell you what size is.
Well, what's a Starbucks?
Oh my god, you don't know what Starbucks is? This girl's from Wacky Town. Oh my god, like, and listen, Starbucks is like the best thing ever created. Like, oh my god, back in my tribe, we had so much Starbucks. Starbucks every fucking day. So tell me, listen, lady, just listen. If you give me some Starbucks, you know where the towns are. Just give me some Starbucks, and I will give you socks.
What do you mean you'll give me socks, Don Ross? What are you on about?
Listen, I might know where Socks is, but because me and Socks were having my last cup of Starbucks. Oh my god! And let me tell you something. If you just give me some Starbucks, some more, I will give you socks.
And before I stand up, Melody is clearly humming in herself, like, woodworking, let's get coal miners, let's make not a misery, nobody gets hurt. oh wait, I'm coming.
And we can kill him forever. If we can
And you have
plan
the
this
stone
right.
tablet.
Was
Yeah.
that
And I
before
have to
after
stone-
you already took his side, or what was it?
You
When
could-
did you decide to be like, you know what? You know what?
Wait,
Maybe
wait, Don
maybe
Russ- Don
Octavius
Russ,
has a
calm.
plan here. You
No,
was on his side before he walked over to you and started talking to you. You
Okay,
already
Don
bowed
Russ-
out. You already bowed out to him before.
No,
Octavius did it.
this is
I
where your
was
child
looking from
brain
the back.
takes over your little peanut brain. Don Ross, listen to me, right? You've been on this earth longer than me, but you don't understand shit. Listen, you need to listen. You need to figure out what the hell is going on before you draw your conclusions or your bow. Okay?
There is
So
a
that's what
conclusion.
we're doing.
That dude's the
That's
cause
what
of
we're
the bad
doing.
shit that's happening to these people, and we just let them
We
walk
are
out
not the
free
cause
just
of
to
this.
continue to do bad shit.
Don
That are here. So for now, we end combat.
Wait, what?
Swarm
is also dead.
What about the swarm?
Is
Oh.
it swarm?
Wait there. Oh, I
Good
just
job,
got rid of them all. No! Wait, can I bring them back? Oh, I completely forgot about the swarm. Okay, I think next up was
Me.
Alfred. Yes, it was Alfred. Alfred, yeah, you're up. I completely forgot about the swarm.
Sorry.
This man has just cast Sending right in front of you to Tordust.
So he literally cast the spell
Yeah.
that I wanted to do.
He casts the spell to Mr. Dust, yeah.
Darling, could you not just teach me straight away?
Oh, you see, it's a rather hard spell to grasp. It's one of the more difficult ones to learn. It's not one of the lower powered spells that you're probably used to. It's a little bit it's a bit of a higher casting. You see, it's almost at my limit, in all fairness. And I'm a Valkyrie.
Like a second vein pops in her forehead now.
I kind of like quickly motion her to put those down. And I look at the man,
looks back at you like, the fuck?
I look at the orc man, I'm like, she's new around here. She doesn't know what that means. We're gonna go. If your problem was with me, not her, by the way. So how about you don't bring her involved? And I kind of scurry her along. I scurry her out.
Like, he looks very confused. But yeah,
And I just sort of walk off and I'm like, new greeting.
And as you guys get outside,
Oh, I'm so... Honestly, this is just Lan speaking. I'm so nervous. I've been fucking nervous all week for this. Why? For fuck's sake!
As you cast the spell, it burns. It burns before you. The scroll
Sorry, what
burns,
was that?
The scroll burns before you in a blue flame and dissipates.
Somebody clip that.
You just continue to talk things over, and maybe Ahad just briefly mentions the transition of bringing Olaf back and what he does, and he doesn't necessarily tell you what you should be doing, but he gives you the information that Ahad knows as to create his own familiar, and the pair of you just sit there quietly to talking amongst each other. Shion, is there anything you're doing?
Firstly, I'm gonna walk over to Ondros.
Up the carpets.
Sure. As there are people eating in the cafeteria, and you just start pulling all the carpets up, and they're like, wow, 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 wow. As like you just start pulling them, and they're like falling over, and food's going everywhere.
Wow, 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 wow. I like that. I'm gonna write that in my new song.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you can come as a guest.
What's this?
It's a letter, a note. I was gonna leave you it before I left.
Andros, you know I can't read, right?
He looks up for a moment, realizing the issue he has with this.
Right. Is there your little special place? If you know what I mean.
Wow.
Okay,
back to character. Special place, sometimes he may do this. Okay.
Maeve with them boobaloobaloobies. Okay.
Nature, yes?
It has a magical nature of it, yes.
Oh, wait. Let me just, cat, shut up. There we go.
Also, do you have some animals lying rocking around here?
Yes, my cat, Mittens. It's just over there. He's playing with his favorite toy.
Oh, bless you, cat.
He's lovely. Oh, he answered.
It's a very responsive cat.
Yes, tell me about it. But yes, follow me to the arcade section. Like I said, there's a limited Mittens. Come along then, and he leads you to the arcade library. In this public library, there is only a small section because
Ashriel.
The way that you say that, it almost sounds like you're calling me an asshole.
What's an asshole?
I approve.
It's Ashriel.
Ashriel sounds fine.
Think of L'Oreal, but Ash at the beginning.
Maybe it's because you're worth it.
Well, I am.
I'm sorry.
Ashriel, I believe
Yes.
the gnolls and the villagers can cook.
How many inches high would you like it?
That's an interesting question. Not too high. Hey, we don't want to stand out on a certain names day, but around what's normal?
Would a top hat such as this suffice?
That would be very much suffice. Yes. Could I see it on you, my good sir, just to have a view on how it looks?
I'm a little tall, but I think that should do.
Yes, that's absolutely splendid, my good sir.
Bud and Dud's Christmas edition song comes across the radio.
Or that's clap your hands, y'all! Clap your hands, y'all! It's Bud and Dud! We're here to stay! Yeah! Ooh! Make the music sway! Yeah! Ooh! Yeah! Bud and Dud!
Jingle those bells! Jingle those bells!
Woo!
Mm-hmm. John, I'm over this. We're dire-wolfing this shit.
Okay.
And I still have movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There.
Let me. Do you want me to drag it in for you?
Yeah. I'll put myself away. But or do I need to stay there so I can see?
Rawr. There you go.
Yeah, I'll have to put it on top, maybe like that.
Hello, and welcome back. We are, we've got some snacks, we've got some good stuff. We're going to be going live till probably about 10 o'clock, so we've probably got another good 40 minutes in us, and then we'll be ending stream. But yeah, welcome back. You can close that down, by the way, Tim. That was the Scarab, the Scarlet Scarab, which gives you +2 Constitution, up to a maximum of 20, and gives you an additional 1d10 necrotic damage on a crit, which is very cool, especially if you get... See, if you crit, and then you got your sneak attack, the necrotic, that'll be, yeah, that's pretty dangerous if you get a high roll on that. Holy shit, that made you busted. Anyway, yes, so we are going to pick back up. I think you guys, if you're happy to, will you have rested here? Should we say that you've had a long rest?
Yeah, why not?
We need to travel at night, so
Yeah,
basically,
we're waiting
whenever
till night.
that is,
Whenever it
yeah.
comes
Yeah,
to time,
so yeah, you can long rest here until nightfall, and we will say that you guys awake at nightfall for this day, so you can travel through the night. Is there anything you guys wanted to do before you left the farmstead?
Tenko again. I wanna pet him again.
Go for it. Yeah, make your rolls.
Guide, cast guidance. Would you
Sure.
do this in front of me?
Sure. I mean, I'm doing it with. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, well, you can add a 1d4 now.
Add a d4
Oh.
on top of it. So roll 1d4. So it's 23. Holy cow. Okay, so that's 27. Tenko nuzzles into you that evening. As 25 DC is the DC to completely bond with Tenko after its personal experiences previously. So you have technically bonded with Tenko now. Congratulations. I didn't know if it was possible for you. Oh, it actually is, but you have to roll on that 20.
Mhm.
So yeah, so you yes, you managed to achieve that, and you completely bond with Tenko. And Tenko is still a little bit like on edge, always seems to be wary of what's going on, but it seems to now trust you.
Cool.
So yeah, you've gained Tenko as technically your pet now. It
I'll
is,
just let him
it's
sit on
bonded
my shoulder, like kind of just let him
Yeah.
sit there, pet him, and just kind of be very happy. Like I'm very happy now. I got a cool little pet.
Awesome. Right, yeah. So as you guys get ready for your day, you travel on out, and you travel through the night. And I would say towards the end of the night into the next day, which is the 25th of Merrent, you guys, the sun starts to creep in. And as it does, the wind starts to pick up. And it starts to get quite a bit windy this day, as the canvas is rippling in the wind as you're traveling through. The trees in the distance that are dotted about are waving back and forward and shaking around in the wind, and you can hear the whistling sound whenever you go down like a deep ravine where the hills are either side. You can hear the whistling sound of the wind whizzing through. But you guys are not airborne, so this doesn't affect you this day, which is quite lucky. As, yeah, you travel through the day. However, can I have everyone tell me their passive perception scores, please?
18.
13.
13, 12, 18. Yeah, you definitely see it.
12.
12, yeah, you three don't.
15.
Ooh, 15, you also see something. So, you two, because you spot something in the sky. Gotta scroll up, because now I'm at the item bit. Where is it? There. Yeah, so on this very, very windy morning, you can see off in the distance, this is roughly where you are on the map. You can see you guys here at the moment. Yeah. Towards your left, which is east, you guys can see the cloud top peaks. And on the cloud top peaks, you can see that they go right up into the clouds. And you have seen on your travels griffins that fly through the peaks and land and roost and nest up there. It's also, this is about the place where you came across the egg that was on the road. And yeah, as you look through, you look up Shion and Ondros. And the pair of you spot a large flock of griffins flying away from the mountain. And they are flying over the road. So flying from your left to right, which is from your east to west.
I'll just like point, like just kind of let everyone look at it and just kind of get everyone's attention and point up at it. And I'm kind of like super surprised.
And now that you have made it aware for everyone, can everyone roll me a perception check to see what you guys now see, that you caught it out the corner of your eye and now you're properly intent looking at it.
13.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh my
18.
god, a 3, I would like it, please.
Yep. So many nat ones for you this evening.
I'm my
Okay. Scheiße. Okay.
yeah, whatever.
Ahad, you are obstructed with your view from the canvas over top. And yeah, you don't get quite a good look in on what's going on. However, Shion and Maeve, the pair of you, yeah, you spot these griffins, and they look to be probably like 150 foot into the air. They're quite high above you. But yeah, they seem to be flying away in some sort of distress. You definitely get the sense something's disturbed them. You're not quite sure what it is, but yeah, something's definitely disturbed them. Arcturus, you spot a bunch of larger figures swooping down by the cloud top peaks. But before you can get a grasp of what they are, they swoop behind the mountain and they're gone out of sight. But they seemed like slightly larger, like shadowed creatures. That's all you could really tell from where you are. Ondros.
Can I bend luck for Ondros?
Not now. You could have done if you'd have said it to begin with, but not now, I'm afraid. As you see, as you look up into the sky, and you can see these griffins flying away, you spot something higher than them. Probably about 250 feet into the air. You see a larger creature. A creature with scales. And you see this creature chasing the griffins away from the cloud top peaks. And this is all happening as dawn and the sun rises and the light shines on them. It's very difficult to see, and you have just caught a glimpse of this scaled creature until it goes back up and out of sight through the clouds.
Do I notice what it is? Like, have I
You
ever?
do not know. You
I
just
do
see a
not.
scaled flying creature. You have heard of dragons.
Yeah.
You know that Kitestone. Javier Kitestone is a famed dragon slayer. You know what a dragon is.
Yeah.
This thing has scales and it's bigger than a griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave that up to
gonna-
your interpretation.
Gonna, look at the party and go, listen, I don't want to scare anybody at the moment, but I saw scales on that thing that just went up into the
thing?
clouds. I don't know what y'all think, but me, like, I'm thinking, it's probably it's bigger than the griffins. What do we know is bigger than griffins with scales? I don't want to fight that thing. I know y'all don't want to take a risk, so let's just like play it a little safer, and let's not, get attacked by the big scale thing that's flying up in there that's scaring the griffins away.
Are you implying that's a dragon?
I would put some money on it, actually. I'd probably put like 2 platinum, and that's a dragon.
Fascinating. Well, not the
Yeah.
fact that you're gambling money, but the fact that it could be a dragon.
I don't want to fight it though. I don't know about you guys, but if that thing comes down,
And,
I want to fight a dragon.
and Arcturus, you saw other shapes at the mountain. So Andros has seen this one above the griffins. You've seen something by the mountain. It's 2 separate things. You know that.
I've seen other things by the mountain.
what?
Like
I
a
see
dragon?
none.
No, they were like more of a dark shaped thing. I couldn't like actually see what it was.
What is going on today? Why does it have to be the day that this is happening? Like, listen, I'm just trying to get back to Arkenvale and do these things. I don't want to fight no freaking dragon. Like, I don't want to do that.
They're gone now, but are like dragons a thing from this area?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, come on now. I mean,
Do
Our luck-
any of you guys know?
Does anyone want to make me a history check?
Oh, yeah,
YOLO,
just see what-
YOLO.
What do you know about dragons? Roll me a history check.
Not a damn thing.
Valorn, do you know?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I was going to say Shion roll with
Do,
advantage.
do
but
I know the one story?
you know some stories, yeah.
Yeah, about the...
Yeah. Arcturus, yeah, you've heard a lot about dragons. You've read a lot of books in your time. Even in your plane, dragons exist. Probably very different to here. Who knows? Maybe they're the exact same, which terrifies you.
Maybe they're blue.
Yeah, maybe. Well, there are blue ones. You would know that. Yeah. So Andros, you don't really know too much about dragons. Maeve, have you not rolled?
I didn't think I would know.
If you
Well,
don't
I
think
mean,
you would know, then that's absolutely fine.
well, no, I mean I would know of dragons, but my question was, do I know of dragons in this area?
Right. Okay.
So I
Roll to see what you know of dragons.
Okay.
Because it could be from areas that you grew up in, or anything. Because it's not that far from where. Yeah, you don't. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Maeve and Andros. Yeah, Maeve and Andros don't know too much about dragons as a whole. However, Shion and Erhard, the pair of you don't know this area in particular, but from places that you've been to, you've both seen dragons. Erhard, you have seen in your time fairy dragons, a fey equivalent, which are much smaller. You also know of the pseudo dragon, which is Arcturus's pet. You know of pseudo dragons, but yeah, the fairy dragons in the fey is something that you know of, and they're a lot smaller. You have never encountered a large dragon, or anything of that sort of scale before. But yeah, you've heard of the rumors of the different colors being of different elements. So how do you know that red is for fire, blue for lightning, green is for poison? You know white is ice damage, cold, and you know black is acid. And you know that chromatic dragons, all 3 of you know this, you know that chromatic dragons, the bold colors, so like red, black, green, blue, and that, they tend to lean on the more evil side of dragons. You do know that there are also metallic dragons, which is gold, brass, silver, copper, bronze. Those dragons lean towards the good side of dragons. And you know that both of them are terrifying and if you got on the wrong side of either of them, most people die. So it's a big no-no. You don't go near it. You try to avoid it at all costs. Ahad, like I said, you know more about the smaller Fey-related dragons. You have heard of crystal dragons as well. Dragons that are embedded with various ores like sapphires, moonstone, crystals, but they are more Fey-orientated. Shion, on the other hand, living very close to the scaled seas, you know of stories where the dragons used to live on the island of Novis years and years ago, until the wizards and the technology technomancers, I guess you'd call them, is where they infuse the technology and wizardry together. When they inhabited that land, a lot of the scaled creatures, dragons, fled. And the reason it's called the Scaled Sea is because they came over to Quirin. And for a long time in history, Quirin had problems with dragons. They were never an ancient dragon. They were never this incredibly bold, ridiculous thing, bar one or two occasions that you are or may be aware of. But also, you know that dragons destroyed Kazakh. And that's in the Spires of Ash towards the south. And you know that the dragon that did that was named the Inferno of Eros. And that was, in fact, an ancient dragon. And this particular dragon was so powerful that it destroyed an entire civilization of people. And it roosted in the remains of the city and fortress.
Spires of Ash.
To your knowledge, it died there. You don't know. There's been no other sightings since the ruin of Kazakh. But smaller dragons have flocked over time, and the Quirinese people don't tend to have to deal with them because they stay to the mountain ranges. You would know that Krakadoon occasionally has to deal with them, but not as often as you would think for those sort of creatures. Arcturus, you know that dragons as a whole come at different ages. So young dragons and wormlings are when they're in their infant stages. Adult dragons is when they start to mature more, and ancient dragons is when they are at their deadliest. They are the biggest they will become and the most powerful. They'll have a breath weapon that will funnel out of them, destroying entire towns. Like, they are ridiculously scary. The size of the shadow that you saw wasn't a wormling. You believe it was young to an adult, which is worrying enough. And this is rather close to Arkenvale, which could be a problem.
Just to check, I saw that from a different angle than the other one, right?
You saw a shadow dive behind the mountains over to the left. Andros saw one up in the sky above the griffins. And your one was probably, a young to an adult. You couldn't put an angle on it. It was too big to be a wormling and too small to be ancient. But it's probably a couple of 100 years old, maybe. But it's disturbing. It's disturbing this. It might not be a dragon. But from its topography and like what you saw of it, it could be. And that's worrying. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much all that you get from that. Yeah, they're very dangerous. Arcturus with a 25, you know that they can speak. They have a language. Quite often, they can be bartered with. But they require things. They have motives and they have needs. And if you're ever found in the presence of a dragon, you better hope they want something. And not food. So yeah.
I'll tell this to the rest. That makes it easier.
Well, that sounds like trouble. You think Arkenvale knows? Arcturus?
I'm writing in my book.
Well,
Well,
I
I don't know
would
if
not
I don't
think
know
so.
if Arkenville knows, because it's swooped down from the mountain. Was Arkenville, but I don't know if Arkenville like knows what happened there. It's quite a distance away.
Yeah, you're about a day and a half's travel away.
Therefore, it might have been a dragon. It's a small one. It might be a youngling, but it also might not be a dragon. So I'm not sure at this point.
it's definitely something that's close. though.
In normal
Well,
circumstances, I would say let's go study, but I don't think that's wise.
we might not have the time for that.
Well, interesting.
I think we keep going, right?
I think we should. I agree with that.
Yes, let's
Places
not
to
end
be.
up like those griffins.
I hope Harold's okay.
Do you want me to just shall we just ride through the whole day?
I mean,
It's entirely up to you.
How long has it been now?
Well, we've just travelled through the night, so we've done about 10 hours.
You want me to cast horses?
Sure, yeah. Well, because we rested in the day, the heat wasn't on us in the night, so it was okay. We didn't have to make the extra
Would
break.
we go faster if we had more?
Well, we can only hitch 4 up, and we have 4.
Well, give some of them time to rest.
Well, they'd still have to follow the wagon.
But what if we all rode the other horses, making the wagon lighter?
Yeah, we could do that.
Would it make it faster?
It'd probably be less strain. I don't know about faster, but yeah, it'd be less strain on the horses.
You guys want to ride?
Do I know how
I
to
would
ride?
love to ride a horse.
Shion? I could try a camel for you if you want.
I don't think there are camels here, but if I would like a camel.
I will stay in the wagon.
Quick DM question: Can I do? I can't do. It has to be a horde of the same. I'm assuming.
I don't think there's camels in Arkenvale.
What's it doesn't
Well,
matter
she's
with this
summoning
spell.
them, she's
Doesn't
not
matter.
Yeah.
luring
Is
them.
it conjure animals?
Yes. It doesn't specify. It just says.
Yeah, you can summon 4 beasts of challenge rating 1.5, or 4 beasts of 8 beasts of challenge rating quarter. So as long as
Yeah.
it's the same challenge rating, yeah.
Camels are slower than horses, though. But we got the car, so it shouldn't matter.
I mean,
Camels are pretty quick. I will say
they are pretty quick.
they're a little bit slower than a riding horse, but they're still pretty quick.
Yeah, these are not riding horses.
Let me look at the
No.
ratings real quick. Oh, like that's a challenge 1/8. Does it matter? That it's
I
lower?
would
No.
say you could replace. Wait, you can make 8 horse. Yeah, sure.
I
If
like
you
8
want to make,
horses.
if you want to make 7 horses and a camel, go for it.
I am making 7 horses and a camel.
Okay. Out of
And-
nowhere, you begin casting this spell.
Yeah, but it looks. You do see something.
Explain.
So I would say the wind picks up, and is there some bushes or is there like what is around us?
Yeah, there's bushes. There's a couple of trees, hills. It's still the same sort of landscape.
Yeah, and so I assume we would have stopped the wagon just for this, and Maeve holds her hand out with her staff in it, and her eyes just glow white. And you feel wind picking up around you, and you see some swirls of leaves that pick up in the wind and turn. And they turn and they turn and they turn till eventually you see what looks to be spirits that take form into 7 horses and a camel.
You have got to be fucking kidding me.
You said you wanted a camel rather than a horse.
This is awesome. I get to ride a
And-
horse?
All of them look at you, Maeve.
Greetings, friends. We're on a little mission here, and I would really appreciate it if my lovely friends could just, take a ride for an hour or so. Make your travel a bit quicker.
They all nod and then walk up to one of you each.
Does anyone need a leg up? Xion?
No, I'm fine. I think.
Okay.
Oh, Maeve, if I may, I don't need a leg up because I'm like way taller than you are.
Mm-hmm.
How does one ride such a thing?
Just hold on to the mane and don't fall off. I'll lead the way. It's
That
fine.
sounds easy enough.
I'm going to cowboy style hop onto my
Animal
my-
handling check, please.
Okay. No.
As you cowboy style.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're good. You're fine.
Yeah, I'll cowboy start jump off. I'll tip my fedora, and I'll just hold on to the mane.
Your horse eagle is definitely bulkier than the others.
Let's go.
It seems like the alpha Chad of the horse pack, as it walks up to you and you climb on. And yeah, Xion, your camel does the thing where it bends its legs down and lays down. You climb on over and then it gets back up. Yeah. So wait, Erhard, are you on or are you in the wagon?
Well, so we're riding without a saddle.
It's fine.
Do we need any like skill for riding? Because I'm pretty sure that Erhard never really rode a horse.
Should have picked a camel, darling.
Like, do I have to roll anything?
I'm
for
asking
riding
you a
horse?
question. Are you riding the horse or are you in the
I
wagon?
guess I will ride a horse.
Okay, you get on a horse. So there's 5 of you on horses, and you have, 4 of you on horses, 1 on a camel, and you have 2 additional horses with you. What would you like the 2 additional to do? Just ride alongside?
I will ask the other 2 to keep an eye out, one in front of the wagon, one in the back of the wagon. And if anybody approaches, to come tell me. Or
Okay.
let me know.
Not a problem.
Horses, let's go.
So for 1 hour, you are going to charge full
Yeah.
speed?
As fast as they'll take,
Okay,
as fast
full
as the
speed.
camel will go.
Sure. I'll say that you get to travel 2 hours of your journey in that 1 hour. I'll say you
Okay.
double the distance because you go full
Okay.
speed. And yeah, Galoin struggles to keep up, but does manage to just about keep up with you. And yeah, so you go an additional 2 hours in 1
Yay.
hour, which is good. So it gets to around about, I'd say at this point, probably like 8 a.m. by the time you do this, and it's finished for the hour. You will stop, you dismount, the horses just, how do they disappear?
The same way that they arrive.
Yeah.
I would imagine if any animals get conjured and they leave on, utility terms, I would say, you'd have like a little pat and a thank you, and then they just leave.
Yeah, they all walk up to you, they all bow their heads, you like ruffle each of their heads, and then they look up at you, and then they just like start to like turn to like dust and like specks of light and like magic as they all just like flow away with the wind. Yeah. You get back in the wagon and you carry on for the day. This day, in particular, you see that there is slightly cloudy. Clouds start to brew in the sky. And yeah, you guys travel for the rest of the day. I need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw, because you have traveled through the night and you're going to travel through the day to try and pick up some extra speed. So as long as everyone rolls above a 10, which I think everyone did, yeah, you're all fine. You're not a problem. You've staved off your tiredness. I will roll one for Galoin. Okay. Yeah, you stave off your tiredness and head towards the city. And at the end of this day, the full day's travel, you arrive at probably about 8 p.m. at the city gates of Arkenvale. And as you rock up to the gates, you can see that once where all of the refugees were, most of the tents are no longer. There seems to be still a big wad, probably like a couple of hundred tents still there, but a massive section has either been let into the city or gone back to Erentol. You can see, as you're going down closer to the city now, lots of wagons outside of the city gates with lumber and timber and different resources, and you can see lots of guards inventory checking them and getting prepared to set out. Do you guys just go straight for the gate?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. As you guys head towards the gate, then you get stopped, as you know, to be searched. And as you get there, you see a guardsman with his helmet on, but you can see like tufts of like blonde hair, like messy, spiky sort of hair coming out of it. Blue eyes, little tiny pencil mustache. Boy looks probably about 19, maybe 20. And he looks towards you all, and he would spot Arcturus and Andros, and he would say, "Hello there. Excuse me.
Hello.
What can we do for you?
You don't by chance happen to be those iron vortexes, do you?
You know me. Wow. I know. I'm the famous Andros, you
I
know.
got talked out for a Loxodon and a big blue man together.
Yeah. I'm the Loxodon.
Iron vortex.
Yeah, Iron Vortex.
I'll slap Andros on the back of his head like his grandma does. It's the group, Andros. You're not the Iron Vortex.
Okay, I know. You want my autograph? I'll give you my autograph real quick. Just want you to know.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm one of the city guards. You see.
Yeah.
We've actually been assigned to keep an eye out for you.
That's wonderful.
Yes. The council members of Arkenvale wish to speak with you on your arrival.
Already?
As soon as you can. If you need to settle in, they said don't pay for a stable.
Oh, that's good to know.
Sure, we'll just... You know what? We will go directly to them so I can see my best friend, Eliash. I mean, she's probably worried sick where I've been.
Are you insane? Eliash is not part of the council. Besides, I need a bath.
Dion, yes, good to see you. Yes, that is correct. Eliash isn't actually a council member, but Eliash will be at the council meeting.
I knew it.
Because of the deeds that you have done. I will say, on behalf of myself and all the guardsmen here, thank you very much, Iron Vortex. For your deeds that you have committed. You have done some wondrous things and made my life and the others around me a much joyous time. So thank you.
Don't mention it.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Thank you, Andros. Oh, hello, Erhard. Maeve, hello.
Hey.
Yes.
And Galoin.
And Galoin, the most important member of our group.
Hello, Galoin? And Galoin, like... yeah, and yeah, he says, well, if you want to follow me, I'll just let me go get the horse and I'll lead you over to the council chambers. I have to say that was really impressive work in that old Erentol.
Yeah.
That Hairbell's been back. And she's told us all about your discoveries.
Oh, she's back.
Yes, Hairbell is currently doing some more research into elemental planes and their openings. Crazy why you guys closed the gate to the elemental plane of fire, I hear.
Hey.
I'll be honest, thought it was false, but, you know, I'm pretty impressed now. By the way, also, Maeve, I heard you're the one that did the flowery thing over the hole.
Oh yes.
Some of the folks that have come back from there to Arkenvale to request more supplies, they've told me that they've made it a little memorial ground, and they've kept the vines and all the trees and the foliage around there, and it's a bit of a remembrance for those lost in Erentol. They did say if you do ever get the chance, do swing by. They'd love to have you come round, all of you. But obviously, you were the one that knitted it together and let it bloom. So they'd love to see you all.
Oh, thank you.
It's been a while since you were there. It's been a week.
Longer, hasn't it?
Well, I think you set off about 11 days ago.
Yeah.
It's pretty mad, to be honest. You've done quite a lot.
Excuse me for intruding, my good lad. But
Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit talkative.
it might not be wise to keep the council waiting.
Yeah.
Oh no, by all means, yeah, follow me. Come on, Gertrude. And he like taps the horse and starts trotting on in.
Artars, before we go in there, shouldn't we send something to the group that tell them that we're back so they can stop the timer?
Pretty sure they know.
They know we're back.
They probably know we did the thing, but
Yeah, but we're supposed to be back.
you can go invisible and tell them yourself.
But I'm supposed to be
You have
the
the paper pigeon thing.
We have the
Big
thing
bird.
though. They gave us the one thing. All you gotta do is use it and send it to them.
Well, then use it by all means.
I don't know. I'm not a magic person.
You are now.
No, I'm not.
Ask your
You
grandmother.
can try.
You know what? Fine then. I'm gonna. Okay, fine. Who has it? Let me see the freaking thing.
Might be in the wagon.
Sure. I'll look in the wagon. Grab the thing. The little.
So you pick up the paper bird, which is
Yep.
just a blank piece of paper.
Right. I will write on it. Hello, my best friend, leader of the requisition. I am Andros. You know of me. We've helped each other quite a bit. I am back. Send it.
And what do you
We're
do
back
to
on
send it?
Ross.
You have a
Make-
piece of paper?
Yeah, I will make it into a paper airplane and I'll throw it.
Okay, so you turn it into a paper airplane
Yeah.
and you just throw it?
Hopefully.
Okay. And as you're thinking of
Yep.
Kingston Bernardo,
Yep.
you throw the paper airplane, it unravels to a flat piece of paper, and then ravels back up into a bird and flies off into the city.
I look visibly like surprised, like, oh, okay, yeah.
And it
You're
was
a
flying
wizard,
away.
Andros.
That was magic, Andros.
What?
That was.
Was that one of those paper birds?
Yes, it was actually.
I'll tell you what, that real Andy sent one to my aunt the other day. Couldn't believe it actually arrived at her.
I thought, wait, you can just be normal and send a.
Oh yeah, you
Paper
can
bird?
buy them. Basically, what you do is you write down a little letter, you think of the person, and you throw it out a window, and it goes to them.
Yeah, I totally knew
only
that. I
problem
knew
is-
that.
The
I
only
knew that.
problem is, if it's raining, they don't make it.
Is it raining right now? Look up.
It's
was
pretty
raining.
cloudy. Rain could be coming.
Oh well, it's not going that far. It's
Oh,
going.
that's
to a...
yeah. As long as it's in
Yeah.
the city, if you were
Yeah.
trying to send it to somewhere like I don't know, Quirin, it might take a little while. Probably wouldn't get there. Rain,
First of
another
all-
bird might snatch it up. Something better.
You would
know?
have to be crazy to be from Quirin, am I right?
Well, I wouldn't say that in her presence, mate.
I'm gonna say it in her presence. It's pretty crazy to be from Quirin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
I guess
well,
it's
anyway.
better than being from Fortis, I guess.
Well, Fortis is all right, I guess.
Thank you, thank you.
Speaking from
Yeah.
experience, my good
No,
son.
never been. Wouldn't want to go either. But I'm sure
what,
it's all
what do
right.
you mean you wouldn't want to go? Hey,
Well,
I
you
can
know,
show you some
let's
pretty good
just
places in
go.
Fortis. You know what I mean?
The Imperium over there, they're like, destroying half the country, and they. I wouldn't take me chances at this time.
Thank you for, ain't like my family's there. Thank you, appreciate it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Guardsmen.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
I guess your family's just living all nice and tight in Narkenvale, huh? Safe.
Well, actually, yeah, it's funny you say that.
Oh, they
yeah.
are. Yeah.
How's that
Great.
mirror?
You know
How's
what?
that? How's that mirror treating you, Andros?
What's your rank
Nice
again?
picture,
What's
huh?
your ladder here? Who's your boss?
Andros, shut up.
Right. Anyway, yeah, we'll head on over to the council chambers. There's a bit of a crowd going on at the minute. Have you heard about the elections?
Yeah.
Yep.
When's
have.
what's Henry West gonna be?
Oh yeah,
elected?
hopefully. Yeah, great lad.
Hopefully. Yeah,
And
hopefully, lad.
as you pass by this crowd of people, you see a gentleman putting a box out, and he steps up onto the box and he starts ringing a bell. And as he's ringing the bell, he starts shouting. Let me grab it. Hear ye! Hear ye! Due to some unforeseen circumstances, the Council of Arkenvale is postponing the election for the Voice of Arkenvale until some issues have been resolved. Sigbert von Hildesmith's place in the election has currently been placed on hold due to some new uprising information. Furthermore, the criminal Lena Jador has been detained for the crime she committed 3 years ago at the Tri-Spires. That's it for this evening's news. And he steps down from a box, puts his bell away, picks up the box, and he seems to walk off to the next square. And then you hear him in the distance, "Hear ye, hear ye," as he just keeps shouting
to
it
have
out.
that job. Gosh, you better get paid good money for that.
Seriously, you talk all the time. I bet you'd love it.
Would be just for
Can you imagine me having to stand there and read some, I don't know, very professional stuff? I am not a professional speaker.
Wouldn't it be amazing? You don't have to say hear ye, hear ye. You can just blow your trunk and go, and
Yo,
everyone
that would actually
One
be
looks
pretty
at
dope.
you
I'm
and
not
thinks
gonna
you're
lie.
amazing.
Yeah.
Have important stuff to share.
Okay, well, sure.
We're here!
Oh, thank you.
As he
Oh.
dismounts from his horse and he walks up to the gate and some guards open them and you see the big council chambers ahead of you. I'll drag you over here just for a quick second. We don't need to stay here very long. But yeah, as you all arrive at the council chambers, and you walk on up the marble staircase up to the big building. And as you walk on in, you see a very well-dressed half-orc gentleman with shirt and suit. And he says, "Greetings there, Iron Vortex. We have been waiting for you. I will summon the council members and Eliash in the main chamber. If you would like to just take a moment here, I'll go and get them ready. Okay?
Thank you so much, my good sir.
Sure.
Can I get you anything? A drink or anything, perhaps?"
Do you have I don't know, some really good sweet wine or alcohol, something?
I probably wouldn't I wouldn't advise wine before a council meeting.
Listen, I need some wine.
Very well. I will
Thank you.
see what I can do.
We'll
Thank
calm you down, Andros.
Cheese?
I'm about to stand in front of.
Yeah. I look at
don't
Gian, I'm
really
like,
people.
cheese?
Do we wait for the tavern?
We don't really have food. I meant like a glass of water or something, orange juice or something. Just while you wait.
Mango juice?
We don't. Mangoes aren't really. I'll see what I can do. Thank
I'm
you.
about to stand in front of high tier people. I need some wine, okay?
And yeah,
Maybe we should have washed up.
he walks off. 5 or so minutes pass, and he comes back. Here's your wine. Here is your orange juice and water. A few more minutes, and I'm sure they'll be here. And
Can I
he
just
walks away.
kind of try and clean all of us up a little bit from the travel on the road?
Yeah,
with
press to
investigation?
take each of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Yeah, as he just freshens everyone up a little bit, making them look a little fresher. And a few more minutes pass, and the gentleman comes back out. They will be ready to see you now if you wish to follow me.
Before we enter the room, I wait Andros at the door. And I'll hold him before he's entering.
Quick question. Are you taking Galoin in?
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Socks.
He's
We
our
take
buddy,
socks.
yeah.
Socks.
Yeah,
They're part of the crew.
I assume Socks would be there, but yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure if
The
Galoin was
horses can wait
outside or not.
outside.
No,
Yeah,
he's
that's-
coming in.
Yeah, the guards are with the horses. That's fine. But yeah, okay, Galoin's in there with you. He's just sat on a chair, kicking his feet the whole time, and then jumps off.
Before I
and follows you
walk
in.
out, walk up to Arcturus, I chug the whole thing of wine and I
Okay.
set it down and so I'm amping myself. All right,
Constitution
do
saving throw, please,
great.
to see if it goes straight to your head. Nope, you're fine. You tank it like a champ.
Yeah, I walk up
And
to
then yeah,
Arcturus.
Arcturus stops you at the door.
Andros,
What's up?
this is an official council meeting. This is official business. It would be
I know.
wise to be humble.
I
Understand?
I get it. I'm fine. I've actually been, my dad did quite a bit of these. I was there for a few of them, so I got you. I know I'm good. I just need to calm down because I haven't been in these in years. So it's,
I look
yeah,
him in
but
the
I'm good.
eyes. I
Huh?
only say, I look you in the eyes and I say, good. I go inside.
I will follow behind him.
Yeah, and as you all walk in, you see this marble flooring with gold filigree all throughout. And you walk into this chamber, and you see 4 marble pillars that rise to about 17 foot into the air with this domed roof. And on the sides of all of the walls, you see a golden and blue tapestry in between each of the pillars. There's like, I think, 4 pillars on the way down of it. And down the center of the room is this blue and golden stitched rug that goes all the way up to another set of stairs, where there is a semicircle domed rug and a railing of marble work again. And the other side of that, raised up probably about 7 foot, is a stage almost. But on this stage are a load of not thrones, but like council-looking member, high authority seating. Some larger than others, some smaller, dependent on the stature. And in every single one of them, there is somebody sat, as well as slightly to the right on another balcony coming out from a doorway, you do see Eliash stood with her hands on the balcony. And as you all come in, there's that sound of just your footsteps stepping through the very quiet chamber. And you walk for about 25 feet until you step up these steps to this dome. And then you just hear a cough from someone in front of you. And you notice 3 figures that some of you have recently met. As you see Aruis sat on the far left. You see Jagod sat in the middle. And you see oh wait, I've got a name somewhere. Let me grab it. And you see, it's not beetroot, it is Turnip. You see Turnip Bellwater also sat on the right hand side. And as you see all these people, you see some unfamiliar faces as well, as they all smile towards you. And then you just hear Jagod say, "So, shall we begin?" And that is where we will end tonight's session, as you all stand in front of the Council of Arkenvale for your meeting with Eliash there beside you on a balcony. So guys, that'll be the end of today's session. We went a little bit later than usual, but we will be back next week to find out what the council have to say, and find out maybe what's happened with Taff, and what's going on with Lena and the Shardborn. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week. I've missed it. It's been a while. It's been a very long while. I kind of forgot how to DM, but I think it went fine, so we're all good. Right, let's go around the room, introduce ourselves, tell people where they can find you. Tim, take it away.
Hello guys. You can find me at the Team Logic Now channel, where I stream together with my lovely wife, Lan. We are variety streamers playing Horizon Forbidden West at the moment, and a Pokemon Nuzlocke. And we are gonna make a jump back into RimWorld pretty much soon, where I have created a pretty awesome adventure, where you can play your own pawn in that adventure, almost a bit like D&D-ish. So yeah, feel free to join in. Stream tomorrow. Yeah, gonna be fun. See you next time. Thank you for joining.
Awesome. And below Tim, we have Eagle. Eagle, take it away.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm the Eagle Outlaw. You can find me over at the Eagle Outlaw, where I do quite a bit of things from Pokemon Nuzlocks and just variety. But right now, I've been focused a lot on Pokemon stuff. Might start something different before too long. I'm still looking at some things. But yeah, come hang out and come have some fun.
Awesome. And below Eagle, we have Smitty. Smitty, take it away.
Hello, I'm Smitty. I play games, usually variety, currently going through Resident Evil 7, but I'm gonna start 8, I think, tomorrow, which is Village, which is exciting. I am really bad at scary games. And we're also playing through Majora's Mask at the moment on Mondays and Wednesdays, so if you'd like to see me struggle with games that are intended for kids and be scared shitless of horror games, then come join.
Awesome. And the other side of the screen, Zeb, take it away.
Yeah, it's Agent Zeb. You find me over on twitch.tv at Agent Zeb stuff. I play a lot of variety games, but mainly strategy, RPGs, stuff like that. And yeah, currently a lot of Crusader Kings, but going back into going medieval at some point because it had a big update and you can actually have animals now. So yeah, sounds pretty exciting, and then lots of other stuff.
Awesome. And above Zeb, we have Lan. Lan, take it away.
Hello, hello. My lovely husband already spoiled it, but I am Lan, the female half of Team Logic and L, playing Pokemon Nuzlocke and Pokemon Nuzlocke at the moment for the gazillion time it feels, but it's really only the 4th time. But still, if you want to watch me flop hard at kids' games, come check us out on Wednesdays.
Awesome. And finally, there is me, the Onion Soup. I do Pokemon on Mondays and Wednesdays and D&D on a Friday, so do come check us out. I'm currently doing my Monolock normal type, which is driving me crazy at the minute with Omega Ruby, but I'm on like a really good run, so hopefully this run will be the run. You know, I say it all the time, but we'll see. Also, can I just say, we have added a couple new emotes to the channel, which we recently got done, which look fantastic. I absolutely love the Comfy Cada, which is Arcturus's familiar, all comfy in the rug or the snug or whatever that is, but I love it, the blanket. And we also have Galoin doing his little cheeky wave as he did to the guards as well. I love it. It's so good. And yeah, thank you so much for doing that. We do have Tenko also going up there as well. We have a Rage Tenko emote with the fire behind the eyes, which looks so good. But I think it's waiting for processing or something.
It's waiting for approval, yes.
Yeah, approval, that's the one. Yeah, so once that's approved, that'll be there as well. So hopefully next week, it'll all be there. Yeah, awesome. Anything else?
Only maybe one thing.
Yeah.
You haven't noticed on this screen, but on the other screen we had, there was some makeup and a name change to be seen.
Oh yes. Odd.
Well,
And
it's
the
in the screen now
misspelling.
at Maeve.
Oh yeah, you can see it now.
It's got
Yeah,
the-
they did. Yeah, with the
Whoa.
tribal looking the paint and the
Yeah,
little nose.
let's go
and
back
the
real
circlet
quick.
and the nubs.
Here we go.
Wait, can you force it to go on the one we want?
No, but I can show you this area where you can see Maeve's makeup and Andra's
yeah.
name is good.
Right there.
Look.
There you go.
Here.
Look at it. And Andros' name as
Hey.
Rogue is spelled correctly.
He's now a rogue instead of a rouge.
Yeah, awesome.
Rouge.
Didn't
Cool.
notice it for 7 weeks.
Rouge.
But yeah, so yeah, awesome. Awesome, guys. Also, if you were wondering, yes, we hit level 6. So everyone's level 6 now as well, as of the last session. So hopefully these guys will be doing some spicy things with their level ups.
Summoning
And-
camels.
Summoning camels. Yeah, that was pretty cool, right? Are we raiding? Do we have a new raid message as well, right?
Yes.
We do have a new raid message.
Mitty, do
So
do
who-
us the honors.
Do we have a raid? La Rage.
Oh,
We
you
do
meant
have.
oh.
Oh my.
Yeah. Person picked from the Dungeons and Dragons section. I don't know. I can't really check really well because I don't have the audio on. But it seemed okay. It looked cool. They're in a dungeon, I think. So it's Dungeons and Dragons. They're already doing one half of it right. So let's go there. But
And
we'll
we
have
potentially
the other half.
have the other half?
Yeah. Maybe.
Important question, Jane. Do we also have like the neutral raid
I
message
think
now?
raid 2.
Yes, raid 2.
Raid 2.
I made it all.
Awesome.
Really
Sweet.
prepared.
Prep
Raid has started.
Okay, well,
Hey,
we're raiding.
let's go.
Yeah, we will be back next week with some more, finding out what the Arkenvale Council have to offer, what Eliash has to say to the party as well, and maybe what's to come for the party. And will they get the orb? Will they get the orb? You know, the thing that they've been trying to get
Oh,
for
the thing we
35
should
sessions?
have hunted before. That thing.
Will they get the orb? But yeah.
Who knows?
Find out next time in the next
But
episode.
maybe the guy was
Yes.
always asking.
Of Dragon Balls, yeah, Natural Havoc.
We'll be back next week, guys. So much love. Thank you very much for watching. And if you're on the YouTubes and that, we appreciate you. Give us a like on the video, please. Thank you very much. Much love. Goodbye. Take care. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
Bye.